It's time for some hostile therapy.
Oh, are we not on the screen? Yeah, there we are. Here we go. Welcome y'all to Hostile Therapy for another week. Thursdays, talking about some crazy subjects that's going on in the world today, and hopefully get whatever's on your mind off of your chest. But to interrupt and to give out who are on the show today is Big Red, of course, host of the Hostile Therapy Show, and returning again is LT, better known as Lord Trent. What's going on, man?
That's what's going on.
How's your
Pretty
week
much.
been?
But I'm good, man. How you been? I missed the previous week. I'm ready to get on here and discuss some stuff, some topics. Got my drink. We good to go.
What's in that cup, man? You got some psychedelic background going on back there.
It is a Arbor Mist bought at Food Lion for $13, and it is a Kaleidoscope disco ball bought for $20. And yes,
So you got
mood as fuck.
You got the fantasy stuff, I see.
Definitely.
Don't get no better than Arbor Mist. You might as well
does.
You could have just got Old Dog. Or Mad Dog, rather. You might as well just got the Mad Dog.
I'm a grown man, and I know more than I knew before. That is why I did not get the Mad.
All right, let's see. What are we going to get into first today? Oh, okay. Of course, Brittany Griner has been in the news past few months.
Brittany Griner.
Right. Brittany Griner. And it seems like she has a bunch of other people that are on her side too.
I know they're not going to free Brittany Griner, but free Brittany Griner.
It's coming soon. It's coming soon. We just got to pressure them, whatever. But there's, I don't know. Did you see that tribute video that somebody did?
I did not see a tribute video to Brittany Griner.
Yeah. I'm not even totally sure if this is a parody or not. I'm not sure because it seemed very serious, but then I was like, there's no way that someone did this seriously out of the kindness of their hearts. It has to be a parody.
I wouldn't put it past anyone to do anything.
Not in this world. Not in this world with everything.
Not in this world, not in this lifetime. Right. Not on this planet.
I'm gonna let you look at it and let you be the judge of it.
Let's roll the clip.
Let's see. Let's get the clip up here. Okay, here we go.
I've been walking with my face turned to the sun. Weight on my shoulders, a bullet in my gun. Oh, I got eyes in the back of my head, just in case I have to run. I do what I can when I can, while I can for my people. While the clouds roll back and the stars fill the night, that's when I'm gonna stand up, take my people with me. Together we are going.
Yeah, that's the end of it. I don't know if that's just a Brittany Griner anthem or that's just a stud anthem.
I mean, it could be. I mean, it might be. Maybe it's just a people anthem because I feel moved and impacted to put. What did they want?
I don't even know. I'm so emphasized by why does everybody in it? Are they dressing up like Brittany Griner? That's what I'm trying to see too.
I don't know. See, and this is where I could, it's been a minute since I've been canceled. I didn't know if this was how Brittany Griner dresses or if this is just typical stud attire, because this looks like typical stud attire. Yeah. This stud right here with the dress looks like a good mix of Jacquees and Jadakiss. Jaquaticus.
Wow. Oh, you said, oh, damn. Now I can't see it. The dude on the left. I mean.
No, you probably did. That's probably the pronoun that he would like. Dude on the left.
Would that still be a stud, though?
I I imagine I'm assuming that maybe that's me being an ass for assuming they're all studly.
You might be, man. I would even just say nothing, man. You don't want to get canceled again, of course. But I don't know what they. I can't even tell if this is a joke or not, though. Do you think it's real?
That motherfucker got tits. That's a stud. So I feel like I'm right. But yeah, I do feel like this is real.
Now you're assuming what kind of chest they got, because she probably thinks that she doesn't have any chest. Well, she has a chest, she doesn't have breast.
Chest, breast, chicken select. All right. But I do think this is real. I don't want to undermine anyone's feelings or, how they feel about this situation, because I do feel like this is a community, a section of the gay community that isn't paid attention
The
to.
other gay community is intersectional.
Yeah, because I mean, if we can acknowledge that Black women are the most disrespected people on the planet, imagine if you're a gay Black woman.
Or, man.
And a gay Black woman that is more masculine than feminine. So you're not even the sexual object that the rest of the world wants you to be.
I guess that depends. I mean,
I don't.
There's a sexual affection of other. What is the feminine and lesbian women? I guess there's sexual objects
in this patriarchal, masculine-driven society. That's the preferred quotation marks preferred image of female homosexuality that is acceptable.
I'm gonna let you explain, because I don't know nothing about that life, of course, because it ain't got nothing pertaining to me. So I'll let you explain that one.
I feel like that's all I got on it.
I still don't know this is real.
Why'd you ask me to explain? That's as far as I was going.
Even if this is real, I think this is a little bit too much. They put a little Negro spiritual background.
It was very spiritual and it was very Negro.
All right. Do you think this is if this is real, do you think like Russian people are actually looking at this and like,
Russian people don't give a fuck. First off, Russian people don't give a fuck about America, and they damn sure don't give a fuck about gay America, and they damn sure don't give a fuck about Black America. They damn sure don't give a fuck about gay Black America. This is Russia.
Right.
We've been at war with. How many times have we warred with them?
Ever since Rocky IV, a lot.
Ever since, and them niggas killed Apollo Creed. You think they give a damn about free Brittany Griner? Get that? Don't get that fucked up, twisted, confused, or any of the three. Free Brittany Griner. But Russia don't give a fuck. Russia don't give a fuck about America. They don't like us. It's a very American, in a selfishly American ideal to think that other countries give a fuck about what we don't think is fair.
Right.
They don't think it's fair that we inhabit their countries. But why is there a McDonald's all over the planet?
Well, that leads to questioning why in the hell would she even go over there if
and why would she do it? Again, she committed a crime over there. Is their justice system being very harsh? Yes. In hindsight, should she not have done that?
Should she have gone over there?
Should she have gone over there? No. And it wasn't a lot. I seen the cartridge. You know what I'm saying? I saw how much she had on it. It was, man, 9 years for this. Yeah. Like, imagine the police just busting my shit right now. Is it, where's there? Get the fuck out. Oh, look what I found. He was going to feed the whole block with this.
Would you go into the deep South where you know that the Klan run everything, including the court system, and carry something illegal? Or even go there, period, at night?
I just watched Black Klansman. So, under the appropriate investigative journalism and but just turn up to see what's it about. No, hell the fuck no. No, I live in North Carolina already. The Klan has a chapter in Greensboro. That everyone in all North Carolinian residents know this. The Klan, Ku Klux, of the Ku Klux variety. You can go visit them in Greensboro somewhere. You can call them as well.
They have many chapters in North Carolina. It's not just
many.
It's probably the biggest thing.
I'm not just pulling up on them.
There's probably a chapter out here. There's probably a chapter right in your backyard. You don't even know it, man.
You know what? I wouldn't doubt it. I wouldn't doubt it. And I don't.
All right. So, Negro spiritual anthem for studs and Brittany Griner. We're getting an okay on this one. You're giving it a high five. You giving it a chest bump? I think that's the appropriate handshake between both them and all the studs in the videos. The chest bump.
I mean, because see, you run into this. Do I chest bump you to acknowledge all of your masculinity,
Yes,
as
you
if to
do.
say, like, I treat you as 100% equal and chest bump you, my brother?
It's
Or
disrespectful if you don't.
do I respect the inescapable parts of your femininity?
Yes.
And like, it's all yes. I'm gonna just, you know what, they got it. Who am I to tell them what they can and cannot do?
Not when they got a crew like that, man. They will
Yeah,
be.
they deep also as
Yeah.
well. Like, they look like they don't run, they run shit.
They will whoop your ass. You do not want to mess up with them studs.
I don't want problems with Jadaquist, D Block, or any. I'm gonna try to give all the other studs
D
faces.
Block.
This is D Block, mighty D Block, and the D stands for a word that if I said, I would definitely be canceled.
Down syndrome.
You know what? Not. I want to say close, just to move on.
All right. Let's not go there. All right. Let's go into the next one. Let's add Alexa to the stream right quick. What's up, Alexa?
What's poppin'?
Can you hear us? You're mute. Oh, well, it sounds like you're mute. I can't hear you. I heard your voice very faintly. It's like your headphones aren't on or something.
You connected. You Bluetooth connected.
Okay, so let's see what story we're gonna go with next. Okay, make sure you get when you get your sound on. Go ahead and try to comment. All right, next story. All right, we're going to the Leave It or Medicated section of the show today.
Leave it or medicated.
All right, the first Leave It or Medicated part we're going through today is. Oh, you probably can't even see the whole thing. Oh, okay, you got it. So Kanye had a response to his ex-wife leaving Pete, or Skeet Davidson, as he called him affectionately in the news. She broke up with Pete Davidson over the past week. Kanye created this parody of the New York Times saying Skeet Davidson is dead at age 28. And I thought he was older than that. And not too long after that, Pete Davidson had to check himself into therapy because of this traumatic experience.
Because of also being bipolar.
Yeah, bipolar. And he's a fellow bipolar person, Kanye, so he should know. He knows how to hit the soft spots. And so the Leave It or Medicated on this, I want to ask, because I don't know if you know the history, Pete Davidson's history before he got with Kim Kardashian, but he seems to do a lot of this. He has a pattern where he dates girls and he like jumps in real deep. He'll get a tattoo of the girl. He'll propose to him within like 6 months. And then soon after that, they break up. And so the Leave It or Medicated question is, you don't see a problem with what he's doing? The man's just, a sucker for love, leave it alone, or medicated? There's something wrong with how he's going in and dating these people real quick. And he's doing stuff that I guess people should be doing a year or two down the road, like meeting the kids, and this is one of Kanye's chief complaints. It's like, why are you bringing this man around my kids? And he's got a touchy history. And this man's getting a tattoo. My wife is a lawyer. He got that seemed like 3 months within dating. Might have been less than that.
Putting respect on his wife. I mean, well, potentially.
Yeah. But I mean, that's a big deal. I mean, people get tattoos of things to kind of say, oh, this is a forever thing. Yeah. Can you just go through the dating process first? So again, this is what the Leave It or Medicated is. If you think he's fine with what he's doing, leave it alone. You want to medicate it, tell me how to change it, what he needs to change to what he's doing. Lord Trent, I'll let you go first on that one. Do you want to leave it or medicate it?
Let's see. I'm gonna medicate it.
Okay, tell us why.
Are you ready? Go!
I'm going there. I am going to medicate it, not because it's specifically anything wrong with Pete, because not even on the flip side, on the same side of the coin, Kanye West, all of his relationships have ended tumultuously as well. Again, Kim Kardashian divorced him to end up with Pete Davidson. He is a person that suffers from bipolarity as well. So the erratic patterns that he has in his dating are clear signs of a person that suffers from this disease. Can be, doesn't have to be all people, but it's not something inherently wrong with Pete. It's something that is inherently wrong with a lot of people. We don't need to just single him out. So yes, there does need to be changes in the way he moves in this dating, but also in Kanye West as well. Like, you're celebrating this, but let's not forget this is a relationship that you ruined first. So there's healing on all sides. It should be an eye opener for everyone.
All right. Alexa, what you got? You sound good? You're on mute right now.
Hey, you still muted.
You're muted.
My bad.
Okay, there you go.
Can y'all hear me? I'm so
I
sorry.
can hear you.
Entry. Okay, so anyways, yeah, I heard everything you said. I'm gonna go ahead and leave it.
All right, tell us why you want to leave it.
Are you ready? Go!
I'm gonna leave it because this is a menagerie. This is a quilt of humanity, and we're gonna have to deal with these different pieces you may not be comfortable with. And so the truth is, yes, you're right. Pete / Skeet, whatever Davidson, has a pattern of this. He does the tattoos, the early proposals, and all that. And I'm here for it. To be honest with you, once upon a time, that's the only type of relationship I would have. Okay, crash and burn. But I got over that stage, and basically, I think we need that type of thing in the world. When it comes to Kanye celebrating it, I mean, I've been on this podcast a couple of times, and I'm not going to sit up here and pretend like I haven't shared it before. I'm part of that community, so I know what it is to be bipolar, medicated, unmedicated, whatever.
Okay. All right. Let's see. With this, I think I'm gonna go and medicate it.
Are you ready? Go!
Yeah, because I think I will medicate it because I think it's dangerous for him to go in with such deep feelings. It's good that he's going to therapy, but the thing is it working? I mean, because he's been going to therapy for a while now, and like I said, he just keeps jumping into relationships and not taking it slow. He's going into, I guess that's a good thing. You want to have the intention of getting married, but I almost feel like he's scaring these women with how fast he's moving, because they all say his praises during the relationship, and it just hits a certain point, like 6 months in or something, and they're like, "Oh, okay, now you're going a little bit too far. Slow down, Pete. I'm not ready for marriage already, and I'm not ready for you to meet my family or my kids and all that." I just think he just moves too quick, and it's going to get to the point where he's going to get so deep in this. I hope he doesn't end up committing suicide because of one of these girls. So maybe he needs to work on himself before he gets into another relationship. That's my thoughts on it.
I mean, we can say that, but literally, Kanye West was dating a Kim Kardashian clone. A couple of like, how many women did he date right after him and Kim were separated? Yeah. Not even fully divorced, but separated.
At least he got married.
How many clones have he dated?
And then again, like the way Pete is expressing his I guess dysfunction, the thing that's pushing these women away, it's at least, and I'm not making an excuse for it, it's at least a positive display of his love. You know what I'm saying? He's not pushing them away by being controlling or by being, abusive or by. I mean, yeah, he's being a little creepy. He's being a little clingy, a little over.
You talking about Pete Davidson?
I'm talking about Pete. Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Because the flip side is, you know what I'm saying, Mister. I'm gonna expose. I love Kanye West. I feel like you have to say Kanye West is a genius before you start talking shit about Kanye West, like I'm inevitably about to do. But yeah, this is a relationship that he ruined. That he you still have children to raise that are like, there's such bigger things going on, like just in terms of what he as a husband and father should be worried about
Mm-hmm.
versus I'm glad this nigga ain't fucking my wife no more. And with Pete, I honestly think he is being used. You know, there's this. I think everyone is, which is it sounds weird to say. Pete Davidson is a sexual object. They keep talking about the size of his member, and they keep passing him around the industry. Ariana Grande outed him.
I agree with you. I think he is being used.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
He seems like he's there for a fun time, not a long time.
Yeah, and he's young. Pete is real young. You know what I'm saying? Like he's always been the youngest. He was the youngest member of the Guy Code crew. He was the youngest member of the Saturday Night Live crew. He's always been young in a really big industry, bucking with the really big people. Like you start dating fucking Ariana Grande. Who is?
I forgot the girl from Dark. What was it? Dark World? No.
He's had some.
The girl that was a vampire. She played a vampire, but she fought him like she was Blade. I forgot her name. She's British.
Can I just make one point real quick? The only reason why, I don't know, I just feel like I just need to interject it. I'm not going to speak for none of y'all, but like I said, I've already pretty much exposed myself on this particular platform. So this is something that I'm used to. It's not something I'm just.
Never call it exposed.
You know, some girls just say I'm bipolar. No, I've had medication since I was 17. So I'm saying, really, okay. And this is what I'm going to tell you right now. Offer on a medication. All your stars, your singers, your actors, your comedians. If every single star was to come out right now, I guarantee you, I will put money on it. I will put everything on it. At least 75% of them have been diagnosed. Now, will they take the proper medication counseling? Probably not. Most celebrities self-medicate. And this is why you have this crash and burn thing, because at the end of the day, they can't be a zombie.
Kanye West told us he was doing that when he went up to PMZ.
They can't be a zombie. When it's time to perform, you got to perform. So you got to self-medicate. And this is also coming from somebody who was in the music. I mean, it was an underground label, but I was signed to a label for 5 years straight. So I'm saying I know what it is to not feel like performing and say, I got to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
and then like people are just attacking him for no reason. Like all he did was love this woman, and now fans of someone that you were probably a fan of just hate you.
And that's the reality
of
being a star, yeah. Because the truth is, you can see him in his own.
For Kanye, like
you can see him in his own sometimes, like at concerts, at award shows. You can tell his mind sometimes clicks off and clicks on. You can see it with your own eyes. You can see when he's in a totally different zone and he's just like listening to music, or you know what I mean? Like he's not even aware that he's on the planet Earth. So anybody that clicks on and off like that, what can you really expect?
Oh man, he said he stopped taking the medication as far as I remember. I don't know if he ever went back on it.
Well, see, that's a good thing and a bad thing, because people say, oh, good, he stopped taking the medication. But is he healed, and is he going towards healing, or is he now self-medicating? Okay, because see, self-medicating is what gives good show.
Well,
but that also makes you do the tweets, the texts, everything at night, and you know, because guess what? Now you got the highs and lows, and like I said, I'm speaking from a person who has. I could probably be a millionaire if I were to just Google all the lawsuits, because you know half of them get recalled, and you see a commercial that says, "If you ever took this," yeah. So I'm telling you right now, if I was just to
all the hurt line. Now.
I can probably Google about 4 of them because I know I've seen 4 of them before. So I'm just like, they have side effects. Yeah, if you ever took this, call this number. You ever took this, call. The side effects are 10 times worse than the actual outcome. And so, you know, when you're dealing with people who admit that they have these issues, you can't be shocked at radical behavior. You really can't. It's like, this is what you expect. This is the actual symptoms from what they already admitted to having.
He's on the biggest drug of all of them, though. He's on the most addictive drug of all of them. Both of them on the biggest drug of all of them.
What, Kim Kardashian?
Well, Kanye and Pete, they're on that drug called fame. That fame drug is the most addictive drug.
That's what I was about to say. The Kim Kardashian is stepping on the famous.
I think it's a curse. I mean, it's a blessing and a curse.
They want to.
It's a
You
blessing.
can do a lot of things with fame, but fame can do a lot of things to you.
I think it's a blessing and a curse. And this is from somebody, like I said, I was signed to a label. It was an underground label, but guess what? We were the biggest underground label where we're at. So I did get to meet a lot of stars. I've never been starstruck, so I don't take pictures with everybody. As soon as I meet them, I mean, I know they're just regular people. But when you talk to,
I'm saying with fame though,
well, I'm saying when you talk to them, like people who we consider big names, they'll tell you straight up, like that shit lasts about 6 months. the high of
relationships.
The high of the fame lasts about 6 months. After that, it's all
like his relationships.
Yeah, so I don't think they're high on fame. I think they know that
everybody's high on fame. Kanye, come on, that dude's.
It's not fame; it's ego.
That's the same thing. The higher your ego, the more fame. When you get fame brought onto you, it feeds your ego.
Every man has an ego.
Yes,
but you put ego
what feeds your
fame,
ego?
That's the problem.
Exactly.
That's the problem.
Exactly though. That's
so
like saying
it's not fame by itself. It's ego.
It is fame. That's like saying, okay, I can get strong on my own natural self and lift weights. But if I add the steroid drug, which is a drug, I can get exponentially stronger. Fame just adds to the ego. I can have 10 people like what I do, but if you add 2 million people that like what I do, and then add 100 more million with my clothing line, my rapping, and whatever else I do, that is a hell of a drug. It just adds to the flame. It's gasoline on top of the flame.
You would think that, but it's not even the drug. It's the responsibility. It's the weight.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to remember when these people get home, their whole family got the handout now. Then on top of that, everybody's watching.
One of Kanye West's family members actually stole his laptop and held it for ransom and shit.
I mean, look at Beyonce had to fire her own father. You know, of course they kept everything on the hush. That's because
Matthew was out here.
And that came
of course they kept it on the hush.
It don't belong.
If she worked at the gas station, she ain't firing her father.
Exactly. Well, she had to, because I mean, at the end of the day, he had all these.
I mean, she just got to a position in life where she could fire her father.
He had these outside kids. She's like, man, my mama forgave you once. My mama forgave you twice. Now you got to go.
Well, that's a dumb reason, though.
You know, so it's like, you know how much she loved her dad. She was her daddy's girl. So, you know, it's like when everybody is watching you.
Jay-Z's daddy now.
Obi's
I don't know
home.
about that last CD. I don't know.
Obi's home now. Fuck that. I love
I'm telling you, I'm telling you, it's a different stages of grief. I might have said it on the live. See, I've been slipping up on my lives. I might have said it on my live, but I did say something because when Lemonade came out, she had the little couple of songs, being mad, breaking car windows. But I told you, I said that's not the end of it. It's different stages of grief. And now in this album, boom, here we go.
What's that? Acceptance is that the last stage?
I honestly don't know, but I know she's going through some damn stages, and I know people are trying to.
I mean, they popped out 2 more children, so I feel like something like
you can pop out 10 because once you agree to be life partners, okay, aka Jada and Will, you can have all kind of scandals, and then
I just need for him to blink.
It's a point where you just say. It's a point where you say, I'm so mad and I love you so much that I don't care what we go through, we go through. So how deep do you want to go? And I ain't gonna lie, I've been there mentally before. It took prayer and fasting to get me out of that state. But I'm telling you, once you get into that state where you like, at this point, you done hurt me so bad, I don't give a dang what you do. Because now I just want to make you feel how I feel. And I ain't going nowhere. That's sad, but it's true. Guys get like that and women get like that. And if you listen closely to the lyrics, you can hear it.
I've been listening. It sounds like they're like he's remorseful, you know.
Of course he's remorseful, but didn't I tell you the stages of grief?
And then they made an album together. She did Lemonade. No, he did 444. Then she came through with Lemonade. Then they did the Carters, and they pretty much only
you gotta read between the lines, honey. It's a lot more. You gotta listen to them lyrics. Them lyrics is basically. I knew that it was the beginning when I listened to Lemonade.
Went back and forth.
Now we got stage 2. and we'll see
Look,
how it progresses.
if this is only stage 2, they dragging this out because this happened all the way back in 2000, what, like 15.
Well, the thing is, it's not no drag out because it's continuous. Obviously, I mean, you can see it's continuous.
Like,
So now
did he fuck more than one woman? Like, is she doing
at least
1
3.
year for every woman?
At
Like,
least 3 is
well,
what
look,
I'm.
he had a threesome, so that's 2 women. So this shit should have been done about 4 years ago.
That's a man thinking it should have been done. How you gonna tell somebody how to heal? Nah, she gonna do whatever she want to do.
Because maybe our healing can't be done together. Then
you can't do it together if you don't stop doing what you're doing.
He stopped.
Oh no, he didn't. And so that's the thing.
No, that's what his album was about. Saying
no, his album
never go,
trying.
Eric Benet.
No,
you almost let the baddest girl in the world get away.
When he made that album,
never go, Eric Benet.
When he made that album, he stopped. But that stopped.
No,
and you
he
can
stopped
hear that
before that album. Just like they don't. What I love about the Carter family is they don't deal with their problems in the public eye.
No,
you know what I'm saying? We don't know about it until they're ready to let us see into it, and they didn't let us see into it until the music came out, which was already years later. Like 444 didn't come out the night, the week, or the month after the elevator
single album that came out from.
Or if you do happen to know people that possibly could be working, because they have hundreds of employees, so. If you know people who should be working within that circle, you might get more information. And I'm gonna tell you right now, it was far from over. So it was far from over.
I tell you,
I just know for me, goddamn,
fame and money sure help them stay together for that long.
And of course, because who else can Beyonce date if she were to leave him? Who else can she date? No one has his no one. Not even just not even just a level of money, because she could find a rich oil tycoon or some shit. But level of clout in her same category.
I guarantee you it's not money for her. The longer she stays, and she already has that written in the prenup, or maybe not prenup, but in case they get divorced, the longer she stays and the more kids she has, the more she'll get on the end for her. Now, Kim probably thought about that mess a little bit with Pete Davidson. I'm like, the longer I stay with him, what am I doing with him? And it's not like
to say nobody is with Pete Davidson thinking about, okay, what's the long run here?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not
I'm sorry, Pete. I'm sorry, Pete.
Pete got money. Pete got a little bit of money there.
Yeah. He got a little bit of money, but again, do he have Old Navy money?
No, he don't got that kind.
Do he have Raycon earbuds money?
Wait, man, is that the one by Ray J?
I said Raycon. Come on now.
Oh, no.
Wait, so who invested in
that? You lost me on that one.
Look, Ray J got more money. If we talking about who got a bigger, it's Kanye
more than Pete Davidson?
Out of Kim K's bodies. I'm saying out of her bodies. I'm sorry, y'all thought I was just talking about people in general.
Nick Cannon's up there too now.
Nick Cannon, damn, she did get the Nick.
He's a producer, and he actually helped produce a lot of stuff that he's not on.
Okay, so Ye Cannon is Ye at number 1, Cannon at number 2. Ray J is solid at number 3 because Reggie Bush, I don't know what he's doing right now.
That's a good point.
But you see, Kim K is
he might be richer than Reggie Bush.
Even if she don't get a direct contract or cut out of it, she knows how to work her way up. Yeah. So it's who you know.
And who you know.
And so she don't care.
That was the beautiful relationship between her and Kanye. They knew people in the industry that could help them each other grow. She helped grow Kanye's network. Kanye couldn't get a meeting with some of these fashion designers. She knew these people and she helped build him up.
But look how she was actually dressed though before she met him.
That's true too. That's also true. She probably thought about, is Pete gonna be able to dress like this? Can Pete walk down the runway aisle and look like this? Can Pete build his own clothing? Pete funny now. Pete may be packing, but come on now. I don't think I can build him up to be a Kanye. And she woke up one morning and was like, man, I like the sex, but the long term, I probably can do better.
Well, I mean, let's not pretend like she don't got mental issues too. Like, we don't want to address it, but your patterns and behavior
She could possibly. Well, her sister is the
I think she's
child of a
bipolar too, to be
murderer.
honest. She just deals with her. She probably just takes her pill on time every day. And so the difference is you don't have a daddy that becomes a mommy and be okay after that. Okay, you don't do that. So she's going through some things too.
They do something to men in that. And you know what? Honestly, I'm glad Pete Davidson got free. I'm glad if Kanye West could get out of the sunken place, he would know to stay away from this woman as well. They do something to men in that family. Men do not thrive. They do not do well, especially black ones. Lamar Odom was he thrived financially, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Lamar Odom was an NBA champion. He married Khloe Kardashian, and he ended up in a whorehouse on crack.
And he fucked her friend. So this is the thing.
That's just any marriage.
This is the thing, though. Don't enter that. Don't enter that family with any intention that you're gonna keep doing you, because as soon as you burn them, it's flame on.
They're going to turn you crazy. I think they're witches, but not like good witches.
Everybody has said that, but you know what? Honestly, let's not go there. You know, witches.
Nah, that's witches.
Because the truth is,
not good ones.
If you do anything physical, anything spiritual, to disrupt the physical, good or bad, that's actually the real definition of witchcraft. So let's not talk about witches. I don't know if they're doing some hoodoo or not. They may be doing it. They may not be doing it. But I'm saying anything you do physical to do anything in it spiritual. And I'm talking about this is everything, okay? You can't just say witches. This is blessed oil. This is holy water. This is holy salt. This is lighting candles. Anything you use in the physical to change something in the spiritual, when you touch and agree for somebody to get off drugs, yeah, your heart is in the right place. But guess what? Maybe they were supposed to be on drugs for 2 years so they can hit rock bottom and change. We don't look at shit like that.
There's something sinister with the Kardashians. I'm sorry. They may not be witches. I don't want to involve witchcraft.
Negative, dark witches.
I don't. Matter of fact, I'll retract witchcraft from it. I don't want to use witchcraft involved with them.
They might be
those Caucasoid monstrosities. But there is something sinister with it. Maybe succubi, possibly.
It could be. I just know that
evil dream spirit.
Or what do you call a spirit marriage? I've heard of that.
I just feel something sinister. I just feel like they draw their power from men, and they draw their power from men in a negative way. Like they steal something from them mentally, emotionally,
and they move on,
and spiritually.
Well, the men just weak then. If they can't be strong enough to not to go.
Why can't you resist them after you've seen it happen so many times?
That's my thing.
The fame and the money.
It's something.
There you go.
And what is the root of all evil? Money.
The love of money is the root of all evil. See, that's one thing we black people got so wrong. It's not money. It's the love of money. You're not supposed to love it. If you want to go to the Bible scripture, because this is where we're going to, the root of all evil, you want to go to the Bible, God's most beloved were rich. Let's even talk about Jesus. His robes and everything was so expensive that they casted lots. There wasn't no cheap scrubs like they paint you in pictures. He wasn't broke. Jesus was not broke.
Well, Jesus wasn't there. Hold on.
He wasn't broke.
Jesus was broke.
No, he was not. At the beginning, he was. But how did Judas continuously steal without getting caught?
You mean
Judas was
a purser, right? Judas was the purser, and it's scripture. It says that
he was a betrayer.
It says in the scripture that he would always steal. So if they was that,
and how did they know that?
But Jesus said that. So I'm just saying, how would they know that unless they had extra to give? They wasn't no poor people walking around.
That doesn't mean they wasn't poor. That's just like the church gets money, but that doesn't mean that.
He probably paid them in like life lessons. Money. Jesus, like he didn't pay. Like Jesus was very big on not flaunting his possessions. Like he even battled the devil like that on his trials of temptation. I'll give you all the kingdoms of the world, and Jesus said, "How can you give me what you don't own?"
Flaunting and having is two different things. I'm not saying that they
because
flaunted it.
Jesus was a preacher
Now
of
we're
my
getting off
wealth is
subject
more
now.
than material.
All,
You know, my
all I'm
wealth
saying is this:
is
they
my
were
faith
not
in
poor
God.
at the end. At the end, they were not poor. They might have started poor, fishermen and all that, but they were not poor at the end. And that scripture does not say money is the root of all evil. It says the love of money. I don't know why people keep putting out the love, the
I
love,
mean,
the
That's the
love.
love of
It's the
everything.
love of money.
Well, that's anything then. The love of fame, the love of money,
Right.
the love of women.
I mean, you could
Don't love
literally say you
anything.
don't
Don't love anything
the
more
love
than
of
God.
cocaine. You know what I'm saying? Like it
Yeah.
could be anything.
Don't love
It,
anything more than God,
So
including money.
in the end set, are we saying back to Pete Davidson? Are we saying Pete Davidson does not love himself enough? And that's why, and Kanye, if we want to go there, that's why his pattern of getting in relationships really quick and going deep really quick is that why he keeps getting in these situations and then it just ends horribly for him. And then he has to go to therapy. Like he's in therapy, like I don't want to say he's about to commit suicide, but that's what news made it sound like. But he's always in these situations. I swear
because
he's
even
been in like
though
5 relationships within the last 2 years.
even
That's
though
ridiculous.
our love, like our we shouldn't love money more than we love God. We should love ourselves more. The thing is, you're right. These people don't love themselves, and when you have the money and the fame, everyone tells you they love you
You want to
so
buy
much.
love.
So they're trying to fill that void. And the more money you get, the more fame you get, the more you can fill that void. That's why it doesn't matter. Like we can sit here and analyze Pete Davidson and his actions, but no matter how like
How do you ever
yeah, he
feel
got
that void?
tattoos, but Kanye West has been like everyone there's a lot of celebrities that have done some amazingly ridiculous things while and after their relationships. Like,
I
and we
think
can't just blame it. We can't just say one person is
I mean,
needs more help than anyone else.
you
I
don't
think
even have to analyze it.
money hides the void. I don't think it fills it though.
I mean, you don't
To
even have to
them, it
analyze
fills
it.
it. We can see
Think
their
about it.
void, but
Right.
I'm
Bust,
saying
Like
bust it
drugs.
down
I think
to
drugs hides a void, but I don't think it fills it. Maybe temporarily, maybe it fills it.
oh
But
yeah, it doesn't heal their void.
exactly.
I mean, you don't want to feel a void. Like what you want to do is heal. You don't want to, but it does. Like you know, what I'm saying in the sense of it masks it. It helps them deal with the lack thereof.
Well, bust it down to the least common denominator. Because let's keep it real. We all have been in that situation. When you ever
Mm.
came up on a little bit of money, did you not want to either do something for your friends, family? I know I can remember times when I was, before I had kids, got married, anything. I'm married and divorced now, but I'm just saying when I had a
Yes, I
good
can. I
paying
can
job,
definitely
I got
relate
a
to that.
big check. Guess what? I'm at the bar buying drinks. It feels good. And the truth
It
is,
does.
what are
But
you
at
trying to
the
do?
end of it, when you still
You're
have to
trying to
deal
buy
with
love.
those,
You're
yeah,
trying to buy
and
love.
I
all right,
definitely I know that is a real thing that happens. But I'm
right.
saying when you get to a point where you realize you were doing that because there was something you were missing yourself. Because instead of
Mhm.
spending that money on other people to try to get that confirmation that they love you and care about you, that money could have been invested in you to do something better with yourself to make you a better, more complete person so that you are gratified on your own, so that you don't have to, again, be able to buy everybody's drinks because that could have bought you something to
Right.
sustain you for much longer.
Right. And I mean, even money out the equation, because to be honest with you, the money was a lesson. But I would have rather like been healing. And then if God told me some crazy day, you're going to meet somebody down this street who can't pay their rent. She's going to be wearing this. Because I mean, honestly, I've had situations like that. But I was just so clouded because of substance abuse mixed with bad medication and all this kind of shit. My mind was clouded. But when I'm
Mhm.
clear minded, I will get a clear instruction like that. And then when I hear it, it's not strange to me. So then when I see that person, like, oh, you're gonna see this person, give them $100, boom, give them $100. I don't feel bad about it. I don't feel like I'm getting took because that man in front of Safeway, he just gonna buy a beer. But if you have a clear instruction, like somebody's gonna call you, or somebody's gonna do this, or somebody's gonna do that, like I'd rather do that with extra money
Yeah, but
because
that's actual soul work because again, you're not doing it just to entertain people. You're not doing it to just have
Right.
people around you at the moment. You're doing it for a specific reason because that money is going to do good for someone else in a way that is more intangible than the money itself.
Exactly. And it's crazy because there's been times where I've been told to do stuff when I need stuff. And the funny thing is, 2 days later, boom, whatever I need come through. And so that's how I know like it's a communication thing. And when I was in those years trying to buy love all the time, like that's pretty much what a lot of celebrities are doing, but you just have to multiply the level. Multiply the level. When they buy out the whole bar because they want more followers and all that, they're still reaching. That's all it is. They're still reaching. You can
Yeah,
you
but
can have
that can also be like confused with their promotion. Like that's something that a big artist would have to do if you want people to come to your event and be comfortable.
yeah,
So it
promotion.
gets confused in a business sense as well.
Promotion is on one end of the fence, and I'll give you that. You do that. But I'm talking about when an artist is just going out with their friends and they just tipsy and drunk and they got money. Okay, this is not promotion. You're not getting paid. Nobody's okay. There's a difference between promotion and then
Yeah,
tricking
but when we
and
start talking about industry stuff, there's an image you have to maintain. You can't really, you know what I'm saying? Like
yeah. But
you
I'm talking
can't
about
just
like
go out
okay,
and say, "Hey, so are we splitting this bill?" Everyone that also talks about how rich and flossy and stunting they are we splitting
listen
it
to the
16
listen to the
ways?
rappers though. You could tell the ones who are struggling with trying to keep good relationships with their friends. They're
I don't
trying
know. Give
so
me some
hard.
examples. Give me some
They're trying
examples.
so hard to keep them on. They're trying so hard to keep them on that everything they do, they want to bring them along, or else the least thing they can do is ball out when they go out. Now, don't no man's pride want to just have you hand them money. So what do? You go to a strip club and then you act like you giving everybody money to throw, knowing damn well they ain't throwing shit. But you got 20 dudes with you that you grew up with, and they all talking about you left us behind. They probably making subliminal posts all this time, and you feel bad because now
Yeah,
you
that's
made
just
it.
crabs in a
So
barrel
how you gonna give them
mentality.
some
It's like
money
you
as a
want me.
man and protect their ego at the same time? Let's go to the strip club. You know what I'm saying? Now
That's
you
what
can
happened
hand
to
them out.
MC Hammer.
Mm.
But
And you
I'm
know
saying
what?
this is what
Hove
these
was talking
rappers
about
do.
that on 444.
This is what these rappers do, and it's like, why are you doing that still? It's because you're trying to keep these friends as friends. The
Credit.
truth is, sometimes you just gotta let them go. If they don't understand that you're a friend and you're not going to support their lifestyle just because you a millionaire,
That's what J. Cole says all the time.
And
Like,
then
you
you
gotta
got
let them
what?
go.
You got a void you got to fill.
Yeah, and
not
now
really
you
if
want
you
to keep
have
them
that
around
peace.
because you feel like he's selling out.
Not
Mhm.
if you
you
have
know,
that peace and equilibrium with you. And a lot of, and you know what, to your credit, a lot of artists don't have that. A lot
Right.
of artists aren't ready to cut off their inner circles, their
mhm,
entourages, the people that have been on their day ones. A lot of artists aren't ready to do that. But some artists, very few, J. Cole, Kendrick, get to that point where they can really just be by
yeah.
themselves, their wives, their children, and be
hmm
comfortable.
See, I
You know what
don't
I'm saying?
follow them like that, but
I
I've
don't
heard
blame
about
you, sir.
them. I've heard about them in their style and their choice. I mean, I like their music, but I'm not like following their music. I keep it real,
Oh,
so I don't follow
that's
all
where
their
they at
music.
with it.
But I can tell you one thing: I do respect what I hear when it comes to them keeping it real and getting back to the truth
J.
about.
Cole still comes to Fayetteville to vote.
See,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying, and I heard about him
Not
from a
sure
couple of
how,
other
since he
people.
doesn't live here, and that would be
If you're a
difficult.
North Carolina resident, is what you just gotta be a North. And I
I
mean, he has
don't.
documentation of being a Fayetteville
Okay,
resident.
maybe
And
he still has a home
after
here.
George Floyd got shot, he was literally just out here amongst the people in front of
Mhm.
Market House. Like no security. He didn't bring a camera. There was no one recording him aside from the people that were there for the march already. He was just out here amongst the people. You know what I'm saying? And no, like he doesn't wear jewelry anymore. He's not like the joke is he's bummy. You know what I'm saying? But it's the fact that he's abandoned his ties to name brand. He's abandoned, and he'll still rock some shit every now and again. He'll play the game a little bit, but he's not. Again, he'll wear some dirty shoes and not give a fuck. He rides a bike through New
But
York
is that
City.
a game or is that him?
That is him. That's
They
it.
say that's what
Well,
I'm
yeah,
saying.
it's
Like
he.
he,
Like I said, he can also get fly
yeah.
when he wants to. He can turn up, but overall, he's just at a comfortable place with himself where he knows he doesn't have to do that all the time. He doesn't have to show off doing that. He doesn't have to go
Mhm.
live every couple of days. Hey, got new music dropping. about to do that. He doesn't have to pull antics. You know what I'm saying? Same as Kendrick Lamar. He's literally been on a hiatus for about 5 years since his last album. Like this one he just dropped. It's been 5 years since his last one. In between that, 4 if you include the Black Panther soundtrack, which I do, and y'all need to stop tripping on Black Panther soundtrack. Hashtag recast T'Challa. But Kendrick Lamar is a person that is very, I'm very passionate. But Kendrick Lamar is a person that is very detached from social media as well. He doesn't engage, like he'll engage with his fan base when necessary, but he's not like he doesn't have to be out at the parties. He doesn't have to be out. They leave that for Drake. Let's be honest.
You know who mostly does that though? Besides these couple people you are naming, which if they were doing it, I almost wouldn't blame. The most people who don't get on social media are the richest people.
Exactly. And I was about to go there. I was about to go there, but I'm glad you brought it up.
Oh, and they don't wear jewelry like that. And they dress bummy.
Yes, that to that degree, yes. You could be in a room with a billionaire and never know it if they're Caucasoid.
Well, not always, because I've been in. Okay, I'm from Washington State. I know I don't want to say that every show, but I'm from Washington State, so I'm with the .com era. Now, one thing I'm not gonna say got the best relationship with my mom. I don't. I'm gonna keep it real. But one thing I will say she did do for her kids, she made sure we was in the camps, we was in the clubs, we was in the Boys and Girls Club. She made sure we got into all that stuff. So imagine me as a preteen when all this stuff was blowing up, right? So I got to go to all these different camps and stuff and all these different, when internet trading and stocks and .com and all that stuff started really blowing up, I was in the mix with all that. And I can tell you one thing, all those big names we see right now, them kids was in those camps. And when their parents would come pick them up, you would think they was waiting for the bus, okay? Waiting for the bus. That's how they was dressed. I'm talking about from the car to the clothes to the shoes. As a matter of fact, Bill Gates went to the exact same high school as my brothers. They're not the same age, but I'm saying they both went to Stadium High School. The only reason I didn't go to Stadium High School because my mom wanted me to go out of county. Don't ask me why, but I went out of county. So my brothers got to go to the high school in my neighborhood.
And it's all perpetuated like that for a reason. Like, obviously, they want Black people to get rich and successful to spend their money on frivolous things that have no material value that will honestly just point us out or just make us look more ignorant than actually take us serious. Mm-hmm. And it's something that we have to unlearn.
Did you see the last awards? You see how Diddy changed the lyrics on that song, didn't you?
At the BET Award? Yeah, I did.
What did he say? Pass the Ciroc this way?
Pass the Ciroc this way.
I know you tired of making them millions.
Everybody say pass the Ciroc this way.
Exactly. You know why? Because he made them millions, possibly billions. And what did they give him? A slap in the face. We never wanted our song to be hip-hop.
Yeah, they really told him, like, hey, don't rap about our stuff in word. I'm sorry. They said nigger.
They didn't say that. No, they didn't say that.
Might as well. Might as well.
A lot of these brands, they don't want to be connected to the culture. So I'm like, stop.
Timberland. And I love Tim's. I can't wait for it to get cold. I got some peanut butter ones I'm a bust out, but Timberland is not with us.
Most uncomfortable shoe in history.
It is, but it just looks so clean with a flight jacket.
Timbs just because those Timbs. See, that's what I'm talking about. My stupid spinning. I brought some blue jean Timbs, and then I brought some like limited edition, like pink ones. I was in my
beef and broccoli.
It was pink. They was pink. I was feeling like in my sexy Lexi days, in my 20s.
You was on your Cameron shit. You was on your
in my 20s. See, I'm telling y'all.
Yeah, I was wearing pink back in middle school. Remember when Cameron hopped out the rain? Yeah. I really mean it.
He was wearing salmon though. See, y'all gotta see. There's a difference. I was wearing bubblegum pink. Bubblegum pink.
So is different. He had on the Pepto Bismol pink, bandanaed up like pink boots. Pink jacket.
He did have the Pepto.
Pink mink. You ain't never seen the meme of Cam on the phone with the pink mink.
All right, y'all. Let's move on to the next subject.
We reminiscing. I don't think you can reminisce with me though, because I'm way older than you.
I've been around, man.
Yeah.
I got VH1.
She said way older than you.
Well, I am. Let's keep it real. I'm way older.
Way.
I'm about to join the Cougs, y'all.
My eyes been here.
I already put my application in.
I'd be ashamed if you get denied. How can you get denied?
You can't what?
I said, how can you get denied?
I'm
For being a Coug?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's some kind of deny.
I went to Reed Ross Classical, and our mascot was the Cougars. So that's the universe.
You said you just went somewhere with a cougar?
No, I said I went to Reed Ross Classical, and our high school mascot was the Cougars. So that's the universe.
Oh, you talking about cougars? See, that's how young you are. You don't even know cougar.
Well, I'll take that. I literally just turned 30, but I'll be young forever. How about that?
Next subject, guys. Let's move on. All right, next subject. This subject is a video that was posted with this white girl, and this black guy.
I already don't like.
She was talking. We haven't heard the story yet. They donated money to a charity of some sick cancer kids. I don't even like it. No, that's not what it's about. But she was talking about it's some I don't know TikTok thing going on. I don't know, some video where people are talking about buying the boyfriend or purchasing the boyfriends or whatever. But it just didn't come off right because of who she was and who he was. I'll let you look at it and you tell me what you think about it. Do you think it's okay for what she said, or is much to do about nothing?
Boyfriend haul. So this is the one that I have. I met him in 2014, but he wasn't on the market yet. So in 2016, he was on the market, and I decided to see if it was a good investment for me. However, the timing wasn't really right. So it wasn't until the beginning of 2018 that I purchased this one. I don't know the exact month or day that I purchased this one, but it was in the beginning of 2018. One thing that I love about this one is he can literally do anything, fix anything. If he doesn't know how to do something, he will learn that day. And I mean, look at him. But one con about this model is he's taking a little bit longer than usual to upgrade to fiance mode. So hopefully soon we'll upgrade to fiance mode, but until then, this is my boyfriend haul.
All right, so yeah, there was a few people we got to the bad part. There was a few people who got mad about it because it appeared like she was talking like this guy was the embodiment of a slave.
They knew exactly what the hell they was doing, and I don't like it.
People were saying he looked like the embodiment of a slave trade, and she was purchasing him for work around the house, maybe other things. But yeah, that was supposed to be her boyfriend. She said she purchased him, and some people were mad about it. Some people were like, "It's much to do about nothing." She was joking when she was saying she purchased him, but of course, there's certain things you can't say to African Americans. White people can't say to African Americans. Maybe if it was a black woman that said it instead, nobody would saw anything wrong with it. Black woman
ain't buying no nigga.
Right. But this is leave it or medicated on this one. Let's let you go first on this one. Do you want to leave it or medicate it? Leave it alone. There's nothing wrong with it. Or medicate it. There's a problem with this. We need to fix this.
It's no problem at all. You know what? I'm going to leave it.
She wants to leave it.
Are you ready?
Because
go.
I'm just going to give myself a nickname now. And I'm going to say shock value Lex. Let's say SVL. So if you see me leave something that's crazy, it's SVL. Shock value Lex. You know why? Because we need to see this. You know why? Because that happened. Let's not medicate it. Let's keep it real. Because there are people who in actual real committed relationships with people and think that that's okay. So leave it. Because I think enough people need to see it. Now, only thing I would do, I'm gonna write her and figure out, how far are they from here, because we still actually have an auction block here in North Carolina. If I can get them on the auction block, I'm gonna drop off a bag of bananas, and I just want her to redo it, and I'll film it for him, and we can do it like that.
Wow.
All right. Lord Trent, you want to leave it or medicated?
I know I should, but
Wait a minute now.
I want to medicate it.
You hated it before I even said the story.
Yeah, I did, and I hate it. I don't like it. I'm gonna medicate it though.
Okay, all right, then. Go ahead.
Are you ready? Go!
I'm black man. You allow your Yakubian devil of a woman to parade you to TikTok, of all places, as a possession that she purchased. Black men. If I could Dr. Umar face. Just the fuck? Like, no. Because you know what? You let a white woman does this, what's to stop a white man from seeing it and thinking it's okay? Hey, this is my friend. I bought him last week. He's real strong. He cooks real good. And I can't use his brush or anything, but he's teaching me cool handshakes.
All right. So we gotta leave it in a medicated. All right, I guess I'll medicate it.
Are you ready? Go!
But I'm a medicated, but it should mostly come from him. I don't know if she's that ignorant to not know not to say such things. She could be. He, on the other hand, should know better. He knows there's certain things you just cannot say on the other side of being black. He knows you can't say stuff like purchasing or I bought, I rented out this guy. This is something you just can't say. Keep it in-house. If you're going to do the sex slave stuff, do it in the house. Don't let us see that stuff. And I know it goes on. I know there's some black guy in there having his white girlfriend, they call me a nigga while he chokes her and stuff like that. I know this is going on. I'm not ignorant to the fact of that. But when you're doing a TikTok like this, when other people are seeing this, they're going to be affected and they're going to be messed up and mad about this. So keep it in house. Do that shit at the house.
Don't do it at the house.
Like, yeah, don't do it at my house. And if you're doing it at your house, let me know so I can stay the fuck away from your house.
Hello. All I just said is I'll send the bananas for free.
I'll send the bananas and pumpkin spice coffee.
Yeah.
You can't offer. Can you even offer a black person a banana?
You can.
You know what? You better slice it up.
I'm gonna get some Vaseline from the dollar store. I'm gonna tell her, look, girl, all you gotta do is rub them down. Like back in the day, I'm gonna show her what an auction block is right downtown because we still got one right in Fayetteville. Put them on that auction block right in the middle. Give them a banana so you act good. And
they'll reopen Market House for this.
Yeah, record it. That's all I want her to do.
You're gonna reopen the market.
Grand
I'll invest into that. Now if they reopen that shit, I will invest into that shit.
Well, everybody need to be sold. How about that?
Reopen.
Throw her little.
Because I want to see who actually.
Like, and you know what? People will use it as a tourist attraction. People will sit up in there, honey, take my picture on the.
I mean, it already was.
Yeah. This is how we got our wealth.
I was gonna jump from the ships, but I was like, I said never mind. I stayed. I stayed on the ship.
Yeah, there's a certain things you guys gotta be worrisome, but I'm almost.
No pussy is that good. I don't give a fuck with the credit score. Like, I don't give a fuck what life he was living before this, my brother. Like,
I mean, it's things you can joke about,
but he knows.
Then it's things you just don't do.
Need help.
I almost. I just don't know about this new. I don't know how old she is, but this new generation. Sometimes I just don't even think they understand because I don't. It's almost like how old people just open up a Facebook account and they don't know how it works, and they like, well, what website do you go to put Facebook up? I was like, that's not how it works. It's an app, and it seems like the younger the people are, they don't seem to understand that the whole world can see what you post.
Yeah,
And
they think racism. Yeah, they think it's very niche. They think the communities, they think the sites that they're in are very small, but it's like, no, you're right. There are old people learning these types of things, and
Right.
they're sharing that. And again, this racism is just a system that's been, taught in the house. So either there's a generation of children that we're now seeing, from the critical race theory who have been pulled out of class. When the teacher gets to those Black history and gets to start telling children about, and this is what happened during slavery times. White parents get to where they feel like they can pull their children out of class. These are the children that have grown up now and have no idea what the racism is. Not come on, no one's racist anymore. Slavery is way over. That's what they think. They don't have a basis of Jim Crow. They don't know segregation. They weren't taught the villainy of their people because their parents wanted them to be ignorant to it.
And then again, you got to remember everything is on a scale. I'm just gonna keep it real. Everything is on a scale, racism included. Because let's just keep it real. You go to a company potluck, you know dang well it's a couple dishes you are not gonna touch. Why? Because that cat was on the counter the whole time they was cooking, or they put some raisins.
They didn't wash their hands
or something like that. So that's what I'm saying. It's certain things we expect. So it's a difference between having a cultural stereotype. I'm not going to say a cultural stereotype is good or bad. Honestly, it can be funny as shit sometimes. My family is very integrated, so we have all kind of damn jokes at functions. I mean, when we do have functions, it's all kind of jokes because we got all kind of different races. So yeah, there's a lot of jokes going around. But the truth is, we know we are family. That's the difference.
You know where to say it at, though.
Well, then again, you know what to say. Like, for instance, I'm not going to joke with a Native American about your people.
And even if you're doing it, it's in home. You're not exposing it to the world.
No, even if you're out. I'm just saying it's certain jokes you just don't make. Like, for instance, putting it on social media, you're not going to joke about certain things. So, like, for me saying, to a Native American or somebody in my family that's mostly Native American, because we got some people that are half, some people that are mostly. And then I always say, like, oh, y'all got smallpox and got your land took. That ain't no damn joke. Right. That's not funny.
You will get one single tear canceled.
Exactly. Now that's funny. And the funny thing is, we've said that exact joke.
That's killer. Every time I meet a Native American, I pull that one out. They love
tear. You know what? That's that Native American tear that comes out. So, and that my brother-in-law, he's Hispanic. Matter of fact, when the air was thick in the room, we all trying to eat, we trying to break the silence because we got this new about to be brother-in-law. What did I say? Would you feel more comfortable if I just rolled everything in a tortilla for you? Wow, everybody just busted out laughing. You know why? Because the shit's funny.
That is
yeah, we eating soul food. I can roll it at greens, yams, everything.
It's just honestly, I feel like it just, when it comes down to it, I feel like we all have to be honest.
It's a like point though. We can joke about that, but we can't joke about real actual hurt,
like oppression things. Like we can joke about that, but when it comes to our interactions and other people's interactions with the white race, I can't joke about lynching. You know what I'm saying? I can't joke about
exactly.
I can't joke about schoolgirls getting bombed.
Yeah.
Like Black people and Hispanics.
That was an innocent joke she was telling. And she was really just saying, oh, I just bought my boyfriend, like she said she bought an outfit. Do you think that was motivated at all by
See,
but the fact
that he had his shirt off, a very negative connotation of Black people being property. You know what I'm saying?
It's optics.
Do you
He
think
should
it
have
was just
told her.
optics? Yeah, that's a
He
good
should have told
one.
her, this looks like an auction block sale. My shirt's
Yeah,
off.
exactly.
This is what happens in every
He looked like a good
slave
nigga.
movie. In every slave movie,
I'd buy
the
that
shirt's
nigga.
off. Every slave movie, the shirt's off. They're greasing them down. They
What the
opening
baby
their
say?
mouth,
I
making
might
sure
just
they
pull
got
up to your
teeth.
hood and come buy me a nigga.
But see, Alexa, when you talk about like you have a mixture of friends or whatever, there are
Family.
people. I'm saying, but there are people today in this generation in high school, and their friends, white and black, they call each other the N-word like it's nothing, and it's not like just one. It's not like this one
Hey, to
cool
me, I'm
one.
gonna fight him,
It's
bro.
not like this one. It's like a group of them. It could be a group of white people.
And they do that. Like,
And you gotta
and
realize,
they
though,
usually
I'm
reside
sorry,
in Florida.
I'm sorry. I gotta play devil's advocate. Today's N-word is not the same as our.
That's what I'm
it's
saying.
not the same as.
generation.
No, listen. Hear me out. It's not the same as our 90s.
That's
N-word.
exactly what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Not the same. I don't know what that is. It sounds like a helicopter.
I don't know. That ain't coming from me. But that's exactly what I'm saying, Alexis. That's what I'm saying. This new generation, they just don't understand the weight of it from generations past. That's exactly what I'm saying. Today's N-word don't feel like 10 years, 20 years ago.
Right.
And with them as a couple, what most people would find offensive, they probably like, they don't see anything wrong with it. It's just a joke.
But see, one generation removed, just even one generation removed will confuse you. And I'm gonna tell you this is coming from a person. I had no idea that my grandmother was Australian until I was in my 20s. I didn't have connection with that side of the family. So I'm gonna tell you right now, like, well, hold on, let me correct that, great grandmother. But I'm just saying, you know, your great grandmother's growing up. You know who they are, you know where they're from. My whole life, I had no idea this lady was Australian. They told me she was Native American. Come to find out, she lied. She was not Native American. She was a white woman with 2 French braids.
They do something different.
Because she wanted to marry her man. And so they lied on the paperwork. And so, you know,
that's so bad.
I can't compare those two because you're saying somebody didn't tell you their racial background. Fine. Yeah, I understand that. I'm talking about people who know who they are, who have history taught about this every year, at least once a month. They know they have TV shows dedicated, History Network shows stuff about all the time.
Man shows.
And it's like they just don't care today. And
if you saw Straight Outta Compton, you know what type of like the amount of people that saw Straight Outta Compton, the amount of people that watch shows like Lovecraft Country, like people know the gravity. I just started. Oh,
you did?
I'm on episode. I don't ruin nothing.
No, I'm not. I promise. What episode are you on?
Just one. I only finished episode 1.
Get off subject.
All right, I won't.
With all the stuff that's out now, here's another question.
Crazy.
Do you think we are either too sensitive or they are desensitized to what's happened in years past?
I think it's a trust issue.
What do you mean?
I think it's a trust issue. It's really personal. It can never be a blanket standard because the truth is I have grown up with straight up 100% white folks right in my little black neighborhood. I mean, since we were small, went through the same hood things. They got the same friends as us. It's not their fault. Like we say, it's not my fault I grew up in the hood. Well, guess what? It's not their fault they grew up in the hood.
But
so we have like
fault where they grew up at, but
well, I'm saying we have white folks like that we grew up with since we were little. And guess what? If they move out of our hood, they're gonna get checked. Because the truth is, everybody else didn't grow up with them since they was 5, 6, 7, 8. They go to another hood, they're gonna be like, oh, this white boy trying to be black, or this white girl trying to act black, not knowing we been friends since we was 4, 5, 6, you know? Like she is actually from the hood, but
that shouldn't excuse you being able to say anything though.
Well, it's not, it is an excuse because all your friends, all your cousins, you know, you probably got some mixed siblings. That's a lot of times what actually happens. The mama got the 2 older kids that's all white, and then
Yeah, but see, that's
get
when you're
with
talking
somebody
about
else, and the
they're
rest
they're
of the kids
leaving
is
the
mixed.
nest though. Like leaving the nest. So it's up to those other black people they encounter in the new neighborhood to say, well, that's not cool with us.
When you're
And
little and you get a bond with somebody, you're not going to be checking them when they say, like, this is like your cousins. You're not going to check them if they say the N-word for the first time, because that's all y'all say. That's all they hear.
yeah, I'm saying like yeah, in the family setting, definitely not. But like relating to the when you use the example of moving to or a kid moving to a new neighborhood after living in a neighborhood with all black kids. He goes to another neighborhood predominantly, filled with black kids and uses the N word. It's like, well, the black kids in my other neighborhood said it was cool. Well, we not them.
Well, he's not going to
So
say, the black kids in my other neighborhood. He going to say, what's up, nigga? Because guess what? He feel like he's one of us.
okay. I mean,
He's
and
not
he
even
can
going to
do that.
respond
He
like
can
that.
do that, and he's going to learn a hard lesson. I mean,
Not
all props
always.
to him. All props to
Not
him.
always.
Not always, but we as black people have to say, is that a problem? I think so, because it can be misrepresented like this. This black man didn't see the need, the necessity in checking his white woman and not making him look like property. Like we literally were 3/5 of a person, and
I
he let
mean,
himself be put on display like a motherfucking broom at Target.
I
I
get
don't
it.
even think people even know.
I
There's
get
a
it.
lot of people who don't even care about that history, man.
They don't. They
Today's
don't.
people, I don't even think they care. It was like it happened so many. You think that is just white people saying that? I think there's black kids today
There
that
are
think the
black
same
kids saying
way.
that,
But
yes.
whose fault is that? Is that the kids of this generation, or is that the
Yes,
teachers and the parents? It's a history. It's their fault because
the history is all over. There's so much information
no,
out
no,
there,
but no,
so
but
I
if they
can't
don't care
say
about
it's
it,
the teacher
I'm
or the
saying if you want the generation to learn, then you need to teach your own kids. Do not expect a church, a school,
Yes,
or
because
you are
anybody
correct. We
to
do
teach them
need
but
to be
still
anything.
don't
better
care though.
out
They're supposed
about
to teach
teaching
them how
our
to read,
children
write,
black history
count, and
because
that's
we
it.
it's seen
We ain't gonna teach them everything. As a teacher, got to go do
we
some of
have
that.
seen
No,
that the school
no. If
the
you
school
care
system
about
is not going to
history,
teach them
then you
everything. No.
teach your kids history. You don't get mad that the school teachers is not teaching
I
them
be
that.
damned if I'm paying state. I'm
Because they're
paying for
not.
their job. I'm gonna get mad.
Okay, well you can get mad, but guess
But
what?
this
You
is the
can't do
thing, as a
nothing about
teacher,
it.
I am because if
it's
they
not in
don't,
their curriculum, and it's not in their
All I'm saying
curriculum.
is that
Let's be honest. A
imagine
teacher
this.
is only going to
Imagine a
get
kid.
paid to teach as much as they get paid. They're not
I
going out
get
of
you.
their
I
way
get you.
to put in the things that we're missing because we didn't win in history.
But the reality is this. There are a lot of poor white folks that just like there's poor black folks, or there's a lot of people who grew up in hoods together. Imagine buying your first house or even renting your first house, and you got little kids that are toddlers, and they are making friends with these kids in the neighborhood. I'm talking about some of them with diapers on, okay? They're going to do the same thing. They're going to free lunch together. They're going to community centers together. They're going to the church youth group band, whatever. They doing that shit together since they're 12 or 13. And all of a sudden, you're going to say, hey, stop, drop, and roll. Let me explain something to you. Everybody else in this neighborhood can act like this and say this, but at this point, you
why
got to
not?
stop doing that.
You say the
Nobody
parents
is
need
going
to
to do
teach. Why
that.
not?
I mean, that kind of happens
No,
to black people. Like
Nobody's
that
going to do
happened to
that
us.
because you're going to look at that child as your kid's close friend, sometimes cousin, and you're going to say they grew up together. This is what they do.
But that
It's
doesn't
when they
mean
go
they have
somewhere
to say
else.
everything that they post want to say. They can't say everything still.
Yeah, like just because like
I mean, you can warn them about it, but to be honest,
we should know like
that's exactly my point. You
the
can
culture
teach
is the
and
same.
warn your kids all day. That don't mean they're gonna listen to you.
The culture is the same. This is
Go
not.
ahead. That's my
This is
point.
not
It
in
ain't the
the
same.
40s and the 50s. This is not segregation. You do have kids that came up together, and I mean exactly together. Not this white kid had a nice house and this person had a shack. I'm talking about y'all in the same free lunch lines, y'all in the same programs, y'all in the same everything since y'all was little, and all of a sudden you got to start acting funny because What?
Yeah, you're right. Because I live with my sister. That don't mean I can call her any name I want to out the book just because we lived together and grew up and did the same shit.
There are
Well,
bad
it's not. It's
examples of
not.
that,
You can
but
You
run
call.
like blood.
You would
You
never
can't
call her
say
anything.
anything.
You would never call her anything to intentionally hurt her, and that's my
Exactly.
point. So
Yes,
the same, so there's people who grew up in the same neighborhood. They're not doing nothing malicious. That's their culture too. At that
yeah,
point,
and that's when we start getting to it on a deeper level, because again, we have to understand that why is it that black people themselves don't see the issue with, again, letting someone call you property, letting someone call you a monkey. Like, we talk about the N-word all the time. That is a word that is used for negative connotation to refer to us. It's not even a word created by us. I mean, it's a word that means bad things. We just decided to rationalize it and tell ourselves it means something good, but it just because we did that doesn't mean the definition of it changes. Doesn't mean the emotion changes when someone uses it against us in a negative way.
So Alexa, would you rather the world be not so sensitive and like a video like this, or where they can just call each other niggas back and forth and be cool with it? White, black people just call niggas back and forth and have no problem with it and not be so sensitive about it. Would you rather be a world like that, or would you
you're
rather
missing a
be?
factor. You're missing the main factor.
Hold on, let me finish. Would you rather a world be like that where people are not that sensitive about it and just like eat? Or would you rather be a world like, okay, I know the history of that word, just change how you address me and we'll be fine?
That's respect.
Which world would you rather there be in, where we can joke about everything and it's not a big deal no matter what you say? Or watch what you say and we be cool?
I'm going to say I wish it was a world we could joke about everything, but I got things after that. I guarantee you money. I will bet you money. Research that dude in that video. He is not a homegrown African American. Now, I don't know if he's African, Caribbean, half, or what. But trust me, and I'm not going to sit up here and get hootie on you, but let me tell you, just as my empath, when I first saw the video, he was not born and raised here. So,
and you know what? That could be true. So I'm not going to disagree with you. So I could acknowledge that me as an African American, that's something that probably triggers me. I could acknowledge that.
And I'm telling you again, when I tell you my family is far reach, it's far reach. So I do have family from the Caribbeans. I do have family from Africa. Okay. And then I got cousins that are half African. And, we get to know how they do things. Some of them come over here and they do know about slavery, but they don't know the social culture. They don't know you don't do this. You don't do, you know what I mean? Like, if one of my African cousins came up here right now and we went to a buffet, they would not know not to put chicken and watermelon on the same plate and go back and sit down with white folks.
But see, that's the thing. It's not that they wouldn't know.
I would have to say, hey, no. you eat the watermelon.
It's not that they
first,
wouldn't know. It's that they have a different
definition
of that.
The chicken. You do not put them on the same plate in front of all these white folks.
The thing is, they would though, and they wouldn't think twice about it. Not because they're just unaware of America. They're unaware of what America has done to African Americans, and that is the African American. That's again back to why do we as African Americans not feel like it's important to let not only ourselves but others in our community? Because regardless if I'm African or African American and this man is African, we walk into a store, we two niggas. Like they don't see the difference. They're not going to. Oh well, that's clearly a Guyanese black man. Like it's on us. It starts with us. So I was looking at it and I see that I can acknowledge. We'll play devil's advocate. Maybe he's not from America.
He's not.
Who then? You know what? Then he needs to get out of that relationship.
No, he needs to get educated by a black dude that's from here.
That might be his
that will tell him.
That was
how did he get here? Because now let's now I want to check into it.
Oh, like trust me, they get here all kind of ways, and thank God, because I would not fucking be here if they.
I'm talking about for this white woman to have access to him, because he literally had to just not watch anything black related in the past 20 years.
My whole family is outlaws and illegal immigrants. So I love America. But I'm gonna tell you right now, somebody needs to grab him and say, look, over here, when you say this, it means this. If you say that, it means that. Because trust me, our humor, and I mean honestly, I can't even believe a comedian hasn't even touched on this yet. Because even if you know Caribbeans and Africans, their humor is so different than ours. It's like hilarious. Their humor is different. So I can't even believe like a comedian hasn't done a whole show on this shit. But I'm gonna tell you right now, somebody has to get a hold of him and say, look, you're gonna have to check Becky. This is not okay over here.
I'm gonna find cuz. I'm gonna find them. I'm gonna learn some.
Just like women, we're not used to that African aggression. The African aggression is on another level. And you know, it's normal to them. But here, you can get locked up, homeboy. You cannot bring that African aggression over here.
They chase y'all down like lions and gazelles.
Nah, they try to do the manhandle.
Woman, you're to come with me.
You can't manhandle in the club. Like, dude, I just mentioned.
Come now.
You cannot manhandle in the club. You can't, no. Nah, you can't
leave
do
this
that.
club with me now.
They're not used to that. So that's what I'm saying. Somebody got to educate them. I mean, I have heard a couple comedians talk about it, especially the women. But I'm just saying.
You see Michael Blackson literally just holler at people. He's like, damn it, you're like Michael Blackson is a terrible.
No, they don't even give you an option. They be like, no, you will come with me right now. You will have 3 children.
You are married. You're beautiful. I put like, all my children in you, and we married today.
I just met you 5 minutes ago. I can't go home with you. I already got a husband.
They be like, right now, you will come with me, and you be like right now. And they be like, yes.
Be 5th wife.
But see, nobody talks about the men. The men come over here, and now that America's so open and free,
that's because everybody.
You got all these women waiting for what? A mandingo. They want a fucking mandingo. So as soon as they get over here, you got not only the black women, African Americans, you got the white women, the Mexican women, the Asian women. They like, oh, let me swoop up a good man because they know they hard workers if nothing else, which is hard to find sometimes in the United States.
African dudes, so I feel like
at least you got a hard worker. At least you got a hard worker. So they trying to swoop them up like, I got a hard worker with a big package. Oh shit, let me swoop him up.
Did he slide in their DM posing as a prince from Niambi or fucking
Zamunda? They don't even have to do that. Let me tell you something. If you don't believe me, go on YouTube right now. Go on YouTube. You will see these videos, right? Where just could be a tribal man just sitting up here, just walking a goat, doing something like that, and go to the comment section. Go to the comment section.
I do see African women like they be hella lit over like simple, mundane, like farm type shit.
No, I'm talking about the women here that want African men because they think they're just going to be, they think they're going to be faithful and hardworking. So they feel like, let me go get one of them.
What American woman thinking that?
What should I type in on YouTube? What should African dude walk goat?
No, just do like a tribal. Matter of fact, no. Send me a message in the group text to remind me. I'm gonna send you a whole episode. I will send you a whole episode.
There's episodes of African niggas, Africanos.
No.
Africanos walking goats.
No, it's not about specifically that. It's about tribal living. Okay, so I watch these tribal shows. Yeah, I'm weird. Everybody knows
goats in it though.
So I'm weird anyways. I watch tribal shows. I watch them from all over the world, not just Africa. So anyway, this African one I watch, it shows basically an American woman living with the tribe for like a certain amount of time. Long story short, this episode I'll send to you. It's not just an episode, it's a series. But anyway, this white woman goes there, and let's just keep it real. She is not the cutest. I mean, I don't want to call none of God's children ugly, but she's very plain Jane. So she goes over there and No, I mean she's just plain Jane. She's not ugly. She's plain Jane. So anyway, she goes over there and lives with the tribe for like a couple months. And of course, she wants a fucking souvenir. And guess what the souvenir is?
Black baby.
One of their men.
I was close. I was close.
This sounds like
so she get one of their men. Close. And guess what? All of the comments is full of women. How can I sign up? How can I go over there? Da-da-da.
So this bitch went on a missionary mission to come back in the missionary position. Ba-da-da-da-da.
No, the show is called Meet the Tribe. It was one of my favorite
she
shows.
met the tribe, boy.
This is 90 Day Fiance. This is all
they're gonna turn that into a dating show.
It's one of my favorite shows, to be honest with you, because I don't know. I want to do it, so that's why I watch a lot of those shows. So I want to go and like live like a tribal person, and like eat what they eat, sleep where they sleep. I don't care how hard it is.
Go be homeless. That'd be about the same thing. I want to know them out here.
That's not
the same thing out here.
See, everybody always say that you can just be homeless, and it's not homeless. It's different. Yeah, like I want that
homeless.
sense of.
You tell me the difference between a homeless person and a tribal person.
I'm not even gonna argue no more because you know what? I've been arguing this. I've been arguing this since I was 16.
Okay.
I have been Googling.
There's a whole bunch of tribal people sitting in their teepees typing mad as hell.
I just want to just be in nature when like nothing.
We got plenty of nature out here. Go be out there, get stung by some wasp, and then head your ass back into a house with AC in it and a refrigerator.
Anyways, I want to live with a tribe for a little bit, and so I watch a lot of those shows.
Homeless shelters, they got a lot of tribes out here. They share syringes and everything.
Anyway, the show's called Meet the Tribe, and so they go to different tribes that are either not touched or very slightly touched by society. So everything is done like 100% the way they do it. I'm talking about you might even see some cannibalism. That's like
that's where you want to go.
Well, I don't want to go to that one. I don't want to go to that one.
Oh, you don't want to live the real experience. So
you trying to walk the dead.
You're not gonna do me. You ain't not gonna do me tonight. No, you're not, Red. You're not doing me. So I'll tell you right now.
Go find you some people in the street doing bath salts, and they'll do some cannibalism.
That ain't got nothing to do with a tribe.
I want to go to Florida for that. You want to go to a tribe? You could literally just go.
This is my problem with us. As soon as somebody talk about a different experience,
no, I'm going to Africa. Trust me, but I'm not going
wants to. Wow, why you no? Why not?
Say eating human beings.
Why waste money to fly across the country? You can do it right here in the backyard.
No, I want to. See,
I'm gonna go to Africa too, but I don't want to go to the man-eating tribes.
Y'all never get it.
I'm definitely going.
We ain't gonna get it because I enjoy the AC too much.
I enjoy AC too, and that's my problem. I thought I went camping. I thought I went camping until I was 20 years old. And somebody told me, you didn't go camping if you had room service.
It's okay to love it. Just don't love it more than God. That's all. It's okay.
I live in the country. I don't need to go live.
I literally called my mom and was like, Mom, didn't we go camping before? And she was like, yeah, we went camping. I was like, but we had room service. And she was like, yeah, they had room service.
Exactly. Yeah, if you got room service, that ain't camping.
So one of my friends told me, like, I hate to break it to you, girl, but if you had room service, you was not camping.
If you have a phone, that's not camping.
If you had continental breakfast.
Electricity.
I love breakfast.
I've never even been camping. So that's what I'm saying. I want to just,
you ain't catch any of your food, that ain't camping.
All I'm saying right now is I want to live with the tribe. So that's, but anyway, I will send you the episode.
You're going to bite your leg off.
Not if they in people.
The girl went there. The other girls didn't like her at first. They were side-eyeing her. That's why I love them kind of shows, because of the interpreter. So it interprets their language and everything. The other girls were side-eyeing her. They didn't really want to talk to her. Then eventually they did her hair like the tribal girls. And she let them do it.
Was a black girl, by the way? I don't remember if you said it or not.
No, it's a white girl.
And they did her hair?
Huh?
They did her hair?
The tribal girls did her hair.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So they did her hair like they do theirs, which is kind of like acceptance.
Her scalp was burning, I bet.
Well, no, it's the ones that do the mud twist.
I don't give a
So
damn.
they did that to
Any
her,
kind of
even though it
trust.
didn't look that good. But you know, I was like, okay, they're trying to accept you. So they accepted her, and she had the little muddy dreads. So she
Wow.
ate the
I
stuff
feel
they
like
ate.
they only did that to her. This is like, look at this bitch with the money dreads. She think we do that for real.
Well, no. Them girls keep it real. That's what I said. I don't care if you from one continent or nothing. Black girls, if you really real, you keep it real. And they was talking shit at the beginning because they did not like the fact that she was talking like they was like, why is she talking to our men? Why is she flirting with our men? You know, like the interpreter interpreted everything. So I mean, anyways,
That's
it's a
what she
good
came
show.
here for.
I like reality TV, but that's like reality TV on a different level. So
My
anyway, they did
reality
not like her
TV, I
at
watch it
first.
like 60 days in. My shit.
But they accepted her, and she ended up with one of the most eligible bachelors at the end. And the crazy thing is,
Did she?
she didn't bring him to America. This is why I got respect for her. She moved there.
Okay. So she can get more. I mean, what? You're already living on the farm. Like, what?
Living with the most eligible bachelor. What does that mean exactly?
No, I'm saying like out of their tribe, they got like levels.
Is
And
he
so
like
That
a king
means
or something?
when it came to killing water buffalo, couldn't nobody fuck with Umfufu.
well, they do a ceremony. So the
Oh,
single people
oh,
go with the single people, and like they go into a line, and da 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 da. So for whatever reason, he must have proved strong or something, and like he was one of their eligible bachelors. So
so the
everybody
water
pretty
buffalo.
much had their eyes on him, and so they were like, "Why is she looking at him?" But he taught her how to do something like something tribal. And they had a moment, I guess, and
They
it was
were
caught on
hunter
camera.
gatherers, correct?
He taught her how to do something like
It was
tribal, and that's when they connected. And then after that, they started talking, and then that's when the other girls started talking, and they were like, "Why is she talking to our men?"
look.
And
I like modern Africa.
Yeah, she gave it up. That's what she did. Probably than they did do.
I like
No, you have
modern.
to go through ceremony before you give it up. Not her. Not our side of the way, lady.
but she did the ceremonies. That's why I said at least I
What was
gotta
the
give her
ceremony? She had
props.
to like
Oh
walk
yeah, she
across a
did the
pole or
ceremony.
some shit. Like
She
she
just
had
skipped
to.
that last part where she doesn't get assassinated right after the ceremony. She did
Well,
that before.
no. That's tribe didn't do session. What do you call it? They didn't do that.
They ain't do like
But she did
sacrifice.
go through
Exactly.
all of the ceremonies. She ate what they ate. She did not complain.
They had some
She got her
peyote. They
hair
had some
done.
rub.
I said, well, damn, shit. She lived through the shit. Let her get her man in. Damn.
I mean, but now how is the rest of the tribe gonna function without their best hunter?
No, he's still
Like,
there. That's why
oh,
I
okay,
said she didn't
Lives with him.
move him
okay.
back.
I
She
hope he
moved
got
back.
a.
Yeah, she moved back. And she
So
probably got them all with cell phones by now.
she's their top gatherer,
She probably got a cell tower right there
top
at this point.
gatherer of the month. She picks the best blueberries,
That
and
was like 10 years ago.
she can knit
All
a
right.
cheetah skin robe.
Switch to the next subject, guys.
Or that looks
I'm gonna
interesting.
send you that episode. You better remind me. I'm gonna send it. I'm gonna find it.
I put an African flag and a goat in the chat.
All right, guys. Let's see. Have y'all heard about the Instagram model? We go back to Instagram. It's almost the same damn story. I feel like the Instagram model Courtney
Water
Clinton.
break.
She dated a black guy. Also, she was a white girl. She was charged with murdering her boyfriend in a Florida apartment. Took a few months. Says she was charged with second-degree murder over the April death of her boyfriend, Christian Toby Abu Seli.
Wow.
Miami State Attorney Catherine Fernandez Rundle said Thursday, Clinton, 26, was arrested in Hawaii on Wednesday on a charge of second-degree murder with a deadly weapon. At the press conference Tuesday, Rundle described an extremely combative relationship between the couple that began in November 2020. According to Clinton's arrest warrant, there have been multiple incidents of domestic violence from both sides during the relationship. She said that security staff at the building documented many instances of loud arguments between the pair after they moved into an apartment in January 2020. 2222, sorry, adding that tenants as far as 2 floors above the apartment had complained to the building about the noise. Now, what is interesting about this one, for 2 reasons. Of course, again, like I said, the guy is a black guy. Sounds like his name sounds kind of African there too. His white girlfriend, he had made some tweets that didn't look too good in his favor, talking about black women. I'll post a couple of them right quick. Let's see if that could be seen. Okay, here's one right here. And he's saying black girls are born knowing how to shake their ass. Honestly, I don't care. They not my type. Then another one, the way black girls disgrace themselves on TV. Just kind of lifted that. Oh, there's one above here. It says, once again, I'm tired of these black girls in my government class. Not sure what that means, but I don't know.
They can't learn civics and ethics. Like
no, they are too.
They can't learn social studies. Did I just get you wanting to be shit?
Right. I got so much to say about that, but Lord Jesus.
So here's the thing. Here's the leave it or medicated. Now, here's the thing. So people have been saying for a while they thought the girlfriend killed him. It's like, they looked at the murder scene, they talked to her for like a few minutes, and then they let her go free. And there was a little bit of outcry. Then these tweets came up, and people were like, you're kind of on your own now. We're not going to defend you. So I guess the leave it or medicated is leave it. Do not bother to defend this guy. As a lot of people have saying they're not going to do, because he doesn't seem like he likes his own kind. Or medicated, no, we need to stick together, change our mindset, and fight for him until justice is won. That being said, Lord Trent, do you want to leave it as it is? We don't care about him, let him go. Or medicated, we need to change our mindset and stick together and fight until justice is won and we get her behind bars if she did it, allegedly.
Damn. So we don't even know if she did it for real. She hasn't been like proven guilty. Like,
well, you know what? I'm glad you said that. And then it's not like it doesn't prove she did it or anything.
Yeah, give me the car facts.
But it doesn't help.
It might. I don't know what the. Oh man. Let's see.
There's a video of her in the elevator trying to hurry up and get it moving. All right, he seems like he just wants to find the floor to get off on, and she is beating the mess out of him. He's just trying to hold her down. He's not trying to hold black women down. He's trying to hold her down, though.
Yeah, he's like
in a violent way. She's steady punching him, has no respect for him at all.
Bro, for all this, you could have.
You know, she was saying he abused her, but it looks like she is.
She is definitely the aggressor, obviously.
Right. And I'm not saying this says she killed him, but it doesn't help. So, with that being said,
so
want to leave her medicated. I don't know if I threw a wrench into your plans at all on that.
Oh man. Some angles. Let's is she on trial or she?
No, she just got charged.
She just
I think
got
Tuesday.
Charged. How many years she got, or no second degree murder?
Second degree murder, yeah. Potential.
And the leave it is what again?
Leave it as in we're not going to defend this guy. We don't care what happens to him because he doesn't care about black women. It appears from these tweets. Or medicated. Yeah, it doesn't matter. He's still black. He's still one of us. So
because oh man. Okay. All right.
Justice should be served. So we're going to medicate it. You need to change your mindset if you don't want to defend him. That
I'm gonna
would be
start with
me.
medicated. I'm gonna start medicating it.
Go ahead.
Are you ready?
I
Go!
think. All right. So I'm going to medicate it because, and I don't want to say just because one, this man is, the universe gave him exactly what he asked for. You reviled black women to the point so much that you ended up with a white woman that and not to put this characteristic on black women that beat your ass, that like she beat your ass better than any black woman ever could. She could have been your mother the way she was beating your ass like that. For you to just hate and revile black women, so you got what you deserved in the sense of the grass isn't always greener on the other side. I want to medicate it because this woman does need to understand that you can't do this to a man. Well, not even, yeah, outside of that, domestic violence is wrong. Man to woman, woman to man. You can't do this to a black man. We need one of these. So on all angles, it needs to be medicated, but not because of the character, or not because of the content of this Negro's character. R.I.P. Not really though.
So we need to defend him, is what you're saying. We need to.
We need to defend him for us. Fuck him.
Okay. Confusing a little bit. I don't know where
I
Alexa
know.
went.
I am too.
Alexa, I don't know. She didn't disappear, so I'm gonna go ahead and go forward. I'm gonna say medicated.
Go!
I'm gonna say that because what's that saying that says injustice somewhere is injustice anywhere. Basically, this could happen to anyone. If we just let this slide, even though he said everything he had to say, this can happen again. Just don't let this slide through the cracks. Or somebody's going to feel like they can do this at any point. It almost seems like this is the other couple we were just talking about. It seems like this could happen to the guy we were just talking about being purchased as a boyfriend. So
This is the level that it could get to.
yeah,
This is the
and that's
level
what
of
I'm saying. Is
disrespect.
like you got to do something about it, regardless of how your feelings about this. This problem encompasses everybody. It's not just about him. If you can just separate your feelings about what he said about black women and just look at that as a issue for African Americans, not letting someone get away with this atrocity, then yeah, I would say you need to medicate it.
It starts with protecting each other. Obviously, black men do not do a great job at all of protecting black women. Um, we all need to protect it. It all starts with protecting each other. This dude sucked. This dude did not love his women. He did not love his people. He did not. He probably didn't love himself, and he was. I can only, and it's sick to say this, I can only hope he came to that realization as his life was slipping. Damn, I've been hating myself and hating my people all my life, and look what has happened to me. That being said, we cannot let them get, again, it's a trickle down theory. They do not feel as though, and if this woman gets away with it, that's only going to send a message to other white women that are dating black men that I can get away with murdering this nigga.
Does it help a little bit that he was young when he made these tweets?
I guess because I mean we can sit here and say like back and forth, that when you're young and your experiences and interactions with the opposite sex have been negative, you project that. You say that. There are there I can remember being 14, 15 years old interacting with females that said all men ain't shit. I'm like,
At,
we're both
at
in ninth grade,
15?
right? Like, yeah, like we're
Never met
both
a
in
guy,
ninth
a
grade. I
man
don't
yet.
think, yeah, all the men are boys. Like, what the fuck are you? But it's because the main men, or there have been some very pivotal in a positive, or well, most likely in a negative way. There's
Yeah.
been some very traumatic men that they've interacted with that is shaping their viewpoint on that. Just like there's probably some, like there
Mom,
are abusive
mama's
mother
day.
figures. There are abusive grandmother figures that could have shaped his view on how he sees women and black women moving forward. And it's a shame that his life ended before he was able to rectify that. Obviously, he didn't, since he died in an abusive relationship to a white woman. You're now the new slave.
Alexa, did you want to jump in on that? Did you want to do your leave it or medicated on this?
I'm gonna just leave it, honestly. I know I've been leaving everything.
Go.
You know, some weeks I'll give everybody a pill. Some weeks I'll let everybody off the hook. I'm gonna leave it this time because it's your upbringing. That's what shapes you, and I feel like he didn't get the chance to actually ever get that backlash. And I know y'all probably so tired of my examples, but unfortunately, I'm going back to the Knowles family. I don't know why. I
album was slap.
When I studied them when I was younger, and it's like I followed them. Like I said, I followed them since woo woo woo. So I use it as a go-to. Anyways, Matthew Knowles in an interview said the only reason he even got with Tina Knowles is because he thought she was white.
She do be Tina Knowles look good, but she do be.
No. I'm talking about when she was younger, she could actually pass. See, that's the thing about women who passed. When they get older, that pigment starts to come in. I don't know what it is, but it happens. And I mean, it happens. So anyways, when she was younger, she could actually pass for white. And so he said the only reason he even got with her because his mother told him. Now, mind you, he's literally from Birmingham, which is where my family's from. So Birmingham, Texas.
Why are you leaving it though? I didn't even hear that answer.
Why am I leaving it? It's because he was taught by his mother that this is how you're going to better yourself in your generations.
How we know that? We don't know that.
So you can't blame him for.
We don't know that though. We just kind of saying.
Well, I'm thinking that the
his
verbiage,
mother figure, whatever the main female
in what he's saying, like it's esque, it's mother-esque, or it's grandmother-esque, or it's auntie-esque.
I don't
that
think
the way Black women degrade them, that is something that somebody's telling you because they want you to go to a different culture.
I don't know.
I can see the angle that you're looking at it, but
to their sons, they just develop that through their life experiences.
No, the woman will shape the man. Period. If the mother made
a lot of proud Black mothers that do not.
If the mother made that normal and lovable and acceptable, he would never even came out. That would never came out of his mouth. And I'm not saying it should be lovable and acceptable. I'm just saying if the mother and he had a good relationship with his mother, made it seem like that was cool, that would have never came out of his mouth. He grew up hearing that.
I mean, he could possibly hate it because his mother made it seem like, or his mother figure, his feminine influence made it seem like it was cool. And that might have been like, again, this is a masculine energy that is grappling with a hatred of literally where he comes from. Mm-hmm. Like that's not just something that someone is telling him to do. It's like, you need to hate women. Like it's stemming from something deeper. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he has a mother that's on TV shaking her ass. I think he hates seeing Black women do that because he's probably seen his mother enjoy this kind of music, or he's probably seen girls that rejected him enjoy this kind of thing. Like, it's not just, it can be that main mother influence, that, first maternal influence that he encounters that definitely shapes a negative opinion. But, just moving forward, the girls that he likes aren't paying any attention to him. So that's boom, that's compiled on. Always getting friend zoned. Boom, that's another thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, just not being the kind of, and this is a big thing that happens, not being the kind of Black dude that Black women like. Because let's just admit, there's a lot of niggas out there that y'all just know y'all are not into. And they hate Black women. There's the dudes with the.
It's about approach. It's about approach. But that's another conversation.
It is. Come on now,
No,
those are the dudes with the anime pictures as their profile picture.
Period.
It's about. I'm sorry. It's about approach. But anyway, that's a whole nother subject.
Get out of here. You're not dating every person in this world because you have preferences, and Black people, Black women, just like Black men have preferences.
Not always.
Let's be honest. When we were young, some of us had really dumb preferences.
That's another subject, so I'm not gonna get on that. But it's about.
I still don't understand why you left it. I'm still waiting on that because you said it was based off of how he grew up. But why did you leave?
I'm saying that I'm leaving it because I don't want to judge a person
So you're
about
not
the way
going
they
to defend
feel with
him.
something, because I feel like that's embedded, just like a religion is embedded, just like this and that is embedded. I feel like that was embedded in him just by this statement. You can hear it's something that he was taught. Like you can feel that. You
So
can
you
feel
Well,
want
he
it.
could have been
medicated
taught that
then.
by a man too. Also,
Exactly, but it's still it's from where he grew up at. I don't want to blame him for that. I don't want to blame him for that. I feel like he grew up hearing that and he repeated it and he tried to remedy it, but the remedy ended up being
What,
the
dating a
poison.
white woman?
Remedy ended up being the poison.
So you want to medicate it then? Because you leave it, then you're gonna leave it alone. That was the
No,
answer.
I'm gonna leave it because it's a part of our fabric.
So you
And
don't want to help him.
no,
he's
I
dead
feel like
now. Ain't no help.
that was his path.
His path is dead.
Okay. So you think he got what he deserved?
I feel like that's his path.
Okay. So you believe he
So
got what he
people will
deserved?
learn from it, and he'll go on to his next life and maybe make better choices.
Okay, but we're talking
Stay away
about
from these white
helping. We're talking about helping her not get off the hook. We're talking about people marching and talking about the story. Should we care about what happens to her
Oh no
because of what he did?
Hey,
No, I think they need to go through due process like they do anybody else, but
Yeah.
don't do any extra,
Okay.
and don't do any lease. Is she a murderer or not? That's it.
Okay. So not
yeah,
they'll
like we don't
be
got to
outside
march
the
for him. We
courthouse
don't got
with
to.
signs and posters like
No.
Ain't no. There ain't got to be justice for Juicy or whatever this
make
name.
a
What
make
was
a
his name?
small
Justice for
Facebook post, I guess is what you're saying.
Odalim
Do your forensic
Rashman.
swabs, get the crime scene. Don't do nothing extra and don't do nothing least. The man is dead, and she said she didn't do it. Do your due diligence. She is going to get off her arm.
Ahmad our
I agree with the judge.
I'm gonna let the judge handle it. I'm gonna let God sort it out.
If she's supposed to go down, she's gonna go down.
I guess, but we're not going to defend him because of what he said about black women. Is that what?
I'm not mad.
Like
I'm not mad that he did, because I mean, if they can show me tweets of him going back and saying, "Hey, I apologize for them tweets," I'll retract. Not giving a fuck that he did.
Y'all got to remember, y'all talking to a real spiritual person who don't believe in death. So I don't look at it from.
We ain't talking about that. We talking about this.
No, it makes a difference for me, because when people wondering like,
he wasn't raised spiritual. He's raised.
Why is she leaving it? Why is she medicating it? Why is she leaving it? Because I don't. This is just one life.
But we're talking about this life. That's why.
Okay, so if he was supposed to go out like that,
one life.
It's just like Mario Brothers. You got one life, boom. One time you get eaten by Kumba.
More than one life, Mario Brothers.
That's what I'm telling. That's my point. One time you get eaten by Kumba, one time you get hit with the fire, one time you fall down because you couldn't jump long enough. You die all different kind of ways.
Mario ain't getting choked by a white woman in the game though. So
if he had to die like this time, I just hope it did good for people. Hopefully somebody can see it.
It'll only do good for us. The only way it could do good for us is if she's convicted. Like if she did it, she has to be convicted. I feel like that's the.
But if we don't push it though, it might not happen though. That'd be like Breonna Taylor. If we just gave up and people said nothing about that, which that's another
really
story.
hard because I don't want to work extra hard for this.
Everybody's address. Don't worry about it.
Man, death is death. I don't care about the
karma. Got everybody's address. Trust me. If not in this life, definitely the next. Let it go. If they convict her, then boom, she's supposed to go to jail this life. If not,
oh, you mean like Carolyn Bryant? Is karma hitting her right now?
It's gonna hit her.
She gonna be
saying something. What kind of karma is she gonna get?
Karma was supposed to hit her on that damn death or apparent alleged deathbed.
That's what we want as humans.
Yeah,
I didn't even know she was still kicking back then. Like I thought she had died then. Like she really fucked herself up by popping up.
God's ways is bigger than our ways.
So that don't mean karma's gonna hit her then. She just may learn a lesson, and that's it.
Nah, she gonna get everything. That's written. That's a universal law.
Ain't no God's law.
If not in
Nothing
this
bad
life,
happen to you.
if not in this life, then in the next. Just
If you
know it.
black and you
Her
see
next
Carolyn
life can
Bryant,
be
you
in
allowed to
heaven.
punch her in
We don't
the
know
forehead.
that.
Well, you do know it if you think about universal law. It's
Universal law ain't got nothing to do with you going straight to heaven.
If you get a little
believe
black
in what
boy
you
murdered,
believe in.
you are allowed to be punched in the
That's
forehead
another
on
thing.
sight.
We don't even really know what hell is, but let's
So
just,
says
let's
the
let it
universe.
go. Let's
It's
let it go.
easy to find out what hell is.
Not really.
Yeah, it is.
No, because people think that
Hell is
people don't even
everything
understand
on commercial.
eternity. So if you don't understand eternity, how could you understand hell? But that's another subject. Anyways, all I'm saying is
I
I
am
feel like
eternity.
You don't have to go somewhere to understand. I don't need to be shot to understand it hurts.
Eternity.
yeah, you're gonna
It also
understand
has
it hurts, but
descriptions of hell too. There's people who've been died and went to hell and gave descriptions of hell, and
I've been to
died
Tartarus.
and gave descriptions of it.
and so the fact that they're back, what does that tell you?
What do you mean? What does it tell me?
It tells you that eternity is not what we were taught.
Oh, yeah,
And
time
that
is
people, and
definitely
that
Well,
he
it
is
relative.
means they
able
had
to
to
Everything can
receive
be
spend the
it.
rest of
perceived
their
differently.
time on Earth, and then they get to go to eternity afterwards when their life is done with. That don't tell me anything.
That tells you a lot. If you listen in
It tells
church
me
and
their
it
life
tells you,
wasn't done. That's all it tells me.
all I gotta say is
Everybody got an
Carmen got
expiration point.
everybody's address. And I know that God, if he can create the heavens and the earth to the fact that if we was off 1 centimeter, we would fly off this motherfucker. If he can get it that perfect, he can check somebody who needs to get checked. So I'm not gonna worry
You're right,
about
he can,
I'm
but
not gonna worry
karma is
about a
not.
march, a vote. I mean, I'm gonna do my part as a human, but I'm
He
not
move a
gonna
little
lose
slow
no sleep.
sometimes. I'm gonna be honest. Like he
I'm not
move a
gonna lose no sleep
little.
over. Yeah, I might be mad about a judgment or a law or something like that, but ultimately, no. I know every single thing has its time to come around. Period. That's a universal law.
It's called
It
death.
does, but it
Everybody's
take a
going to
minute.
die.
Again, Carolyn Bryant is mad alive while Emmett Till is like super
Right.
duper
And
dead.
people are
What is that
mad
karma
about
then?
it. But the
We've
thing is,
been mad.
it's not your place to sit up there and say,
I get
this
it,
is
and
how
you know what
she's
I'm
gonna
saying.
get
Like
judged.
divine
Yeah,
justice will
I
come
agree with
through.
that. It's not our place. That's a human emotion attached to that.
Divine
That's why it's
justice
not
will come
karma,
through.
though.
I'm just saying
That's why it's good to
sometimes
just
it takes a
detach it.
minute.
You know, you do your part as a human, you vote. If you feel like marching, fuck march.
My
If you feel
part
like
as a
saying something,
human
doing a blog or
is
something, do what you're led to do. But don't ever feel like something you do is going to make the ultimate decision, because that's not the case.
I'm gonna do what like I said, I'm gonna do my part, and the universe has instructed me and given me the guidance to punch Carolyn Bryant in the forehead
Everybody
if
got a
I see
part to
that
play
man.
in this world and in this universe.
My part gonna be punching Carolyn Bryant in the
If
throat.
you led to do it, my brother, let me get you some brass knuckles.
I'm gonna do it.
I support you. I'm not led to do it, but
And
I support you.
I'm a whistle at her entire everyone give me. I'm a whistle while I do it.
In front of the house with two brass knuckles and a whistle in
Goddamn,
your mouth.
I'm gonna have on a
Can't be
motherfucking
harming our
jersey that
children.
I'm gonna
Can't just
have
be
on a
hurting
jersey that
punching
say
everybody.
Till on a back. Goddamn, I'm gonna have a whole Chirac behind me. I'm gonna have
Live your best
Nelson
life.
Mandela. They gonna dig Nelson Mandela. We gonna everyone gonna be there.
I got your
I'm
back.
gonna get
All I'm
Curtis
just saying
Blow.
is live your best life. Do it. If you feel led to do it, do it. But if you don't, mother, don't.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go on like this mad crusades. I mean, like full disclosure, I'm gonna shoot George Zimmerman.
Damn.
Word.
Don't say too much now, because you know
You
they.
just gonna put it all on air, dude.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't say too
No,
much, because you know they censor and stuff like this, especially on the book.
Yeah,
that nigga, he put the gun that he killed Trayvon Martin with on eBay, and it sold for $9,000.
But you don't want the feds knocking at your door, okay, cousin?
Wouldn't be the
Come
first
on, cousin.
yeah. Leave that alone.
Come on,
time.
cousin.
I'm allegedly.
Shit, you can't allegedly make a threat, man.
I'll write it for you. I need to get you one of these in a.
Well, I'm a grown black man, so he can. I would love to see him enter my property because I could do the same goddamn thing.
See. You're the type of person. If we go out, we have to leave like at 10:30.
Nothing good happens after 10 o'clock.
Because after a couple drinks, we might have a damn revolution in that. See, no.
I just want to make sure that we are all aware of our rights.
Yeah, well, I ain't trying to go viral for that.
We shall overcome. God damn it.
I ain't trying to go viral for that. You remind me of one of my damn cousins. Oh my goodness. But anyways, yeah. Let the universe do what the universe do. Know that nobody is getting away. Even if it look like they're getting away, I promise you they're not getting away.
Make sure
You got to know that.
Yeah,
you got to know it.
I thought it was free will though.
It is free will.
Can't be free will if the universe.
But guess
is
what?
active.
Free will still comes with consequences.
That's
There's
not
always
free will,
a battle between what fate
it
and
is.
That's not.
Yeah,
That's not. You don't. Well, it's not free will.
I can
free
prove
will
it to you.
versus
Listen,
fate.
I
Is
can-
everything predestined, or can we write our own destiny?
I
it's
can
always
prove
gonna
it to
be
you,
fate.
but it would take time, and it would never happen in one podcast. But I'm
Well,
telling
that's
you,
not the definition of free will. Then
no, it is free will.
it's not.
You-
If you
you-
can
you
control
have
by
free will.
something, that's not free will.
It's free will.
Control does not involve free.
Control as far as what?
Control.
Your will.
No, you have free will over yourself, your decisions, and your reactions, just like everybody else does.
Right.
Therefore, we are in a chaotic type of.
But you said there's a law that can attack and change what you do. That's not free will.
It is. Because see, that's what I'm saying. We
you
can't
don't
talk
have
about it right
control
now.
then.
It's too deep.
If the
This is
boy
what you can
going
do. If you
around
really want to
sign, he
get,
ain't
if you want to get
safe
into the bullet points, we can do that. But there's not enough time. But I'm telling you right now,
Because it won't make sense.
it won't. Not right
You're
now.
right. It won't. It never makes sense. Because
Oh yeah, it
free is
will.
free.
It will. It will.
If you have a law, that means you're
Freedom
free.
isn't free. It takes folks
Not enough
like
time.
oh, you're just gonna let me.
Because it ain't gonna be enough time. Because it's never gonna make sense. You can't control something and say I got a
I
law
said the
against
same
control.
thing. I said the same thing 15 years ago. But I will tell you right now, I'm
You're
good
not
with
the only
the.
person that
I'm
has
good.
spiritual awakenings and stuff.
No, it's not. No, it's not even awakening. Because the truth is, we all know this. You just have to remember. That's it. You just got to remember. We all know this. I ain't trying to get too deep on y'all, but there's really no such
You
thing
can't
as
get deep, but somebody's already deep in there.
Well, it's not even a such thing as time. So it's not like you need
Time don't exist.
you need to awaken. You don't need to awaken. You just need to tap into something inside yourself. You know, all that so-called junk DNA. Oh, we only use 8%. What did they say? 8, 7,
Yeah,
some
that's a
little
myth.
tiny percent
That's
of
a
our
myth.
brain.
That's not even true.
Royalty.
So
That
somebody
doesn't even make
can-
sense, does it?
Yeah, because
Okay,
it's a
so-
myth. It's been disproven.
Okay,
for
so
years
all
now.
that other, that's memories. So I'm telling you right now, it's a long course that I went through because basically I had a break in my psyche at a young age when I knew that this shit was not all there was to it. And I knew that what I was being taught was not all there was to it. Now I'm finally finding equilibrium. So I see where spirituality fits in. I see where religion fits in. I see where society fits in. But it was not no damn overnight. That's what I'm saying. I'm not going to be able to ever say in no freaking one podcast or one conversation, oh, it's because of this. No, it's not going to work like that.
I know you won't.
You got to go crazy like me.
My past is over, man.
For about
Last
10
weekend, I was just
You know
putting
what
niggas
my
on to the
past is.
Anunnaki.
You got to do it for about 10 to 15 years. You got to put the damn time in, just like I did. And then when you go through X, Y, Z, that's when it will make sense. But this is why I'm cool with every single outcome, decision. Now, if somebody close to me passes or, gets done wrong or gets locked up, of course it's going to hurt. But I'm still saying I'm still at a place where my understanding is at a point where I can't be too mad. Now, I can be uncomfortable. I can be sad, but I can't be too mad because I understand it. So it's a difference. You can't be too mad when you understand something. And that's the difference. I'm not saying I'm a big yogi and all. You know me, I'm straight. I'm still Alexa. I'm still me. I still joke. I still clown. I still turn up. But I'm saying I had to go through that spiritual awakening because it was either that or you go to the damn crazy house. Which one is it going to be? So I took
in the Arkham Asylum many times.
Awakening is.
I took years and years and years and years and years questioning what I grew up with, what I was taught, what I was, it wasn't no overnight thing. And this is why when people say, well, just tell me, I'm just like,
yeah.
Do you want me to just
say the same
give
thing
you an encyclopedia in your hand and then you're just going to absorb it? Like, that's what you're asking of me.
Yeah, I can say the same thing about me to you. Because you don't know what my background is or my past is.
No, it's not about my background. I'm just saying
You said you went through years and years and years and years of stuff.
No, I don't
just said the
base
same
everything
thing.
on me.
I know, but I'm saying what you said. You said you can't explain it in one podcast. I'm saying what you said.
Okay, so then you agree that it's a possibility that there's an explanation.
No, I agree there's possibly for explanation, but I do not think karma is going to attack everybody what people agree with. I don't believe karma like that affects everybody or how people believe it. Because if that's the case, a lot of evil people would be dead or getting their comeuppance. People can live full lives and nothing ever happens to them, and they can still go to the good place of paradise.
Well, first of all, what's your definition of karma?
I don't believe in karma.
Okay, there you go.
I don't believe in karma because karma doesn't make any sense.
Most people don't believe in it.
No, I don't believe in it. Well, for one, it's not a Christian belief anyway. It's from Hinduism and Buddhism. That's something that people can.
No, it's
Christian beliefs come from a lot of different things. Christian beliefs ain't even one solid thing.
Every religion has a name for karma,
but it doesn't make any sense.
Let's get names.
If you believe in karma, and if sin means if every sin has the same value to it, that means everybody's gonna pay the same price. If you believe that's
pretty
what
much.
it means.
Like the Bible isn't a nice book, to be honest. Like it's written in a lot nicer of a way. And there's so many. Again, I said it last time I was on here. There's so many banned versions of it. They're not putting everything in there.
And
like
what version? And what version do most Christians believe in?
The King James version. The one that has literally the least amount of books in it.
And guess what else about King James?
What?
He was not a Christian.
He wasn't. He converted.
And according to the Christian Bible, he shouldn't even been talking about.
Christian Bible, so that is a misnomer anyway.
We do like refer to the King James version. He's not from.
According to the Christian Bible, he shouldn't even been talking about the Bible. You know why you know why
it's the King James version? First of all.
Do you know why it's the King James version? Because he was a king. That's it. He was not a Christian. Yeah. He was an open homosexual.
But he had money, power, and influence.
In that time.
He was
in
able
that time.
To... Who said that's the Christian Bible, though?
Oh, well, that's what every Christian Bible says. It's not King James.
I literally have a King James version of the Bible sitting in my living room.
That's the most sold one in America.
I'm thinking to myself, like, do you even understand that every single Bible we got right now is watered down? If you even want to get the actual real canon, first of all, it's called books of the Bible. That's why they say turn to that pastor says what? Turn to the book of Genesis. Turn to the book of Revelation. Do you just turn your ears off when he says book? Do you realize that that's a separate book?
Because I'm just long than a beer.
It's a separate book. That means somebody put a bunch of books together.
It's a bunch of books, and there's a bunch of books that are taken
exactly,
out
and there were a bunch of books that were left out.
so on purpose, dog. Anunnaki, I'm telling you, the Anunnaki, y'all got fuck with the ancient.
The Bible
Sumerian
is a collection of books.
Yes,
if you want to go to the oldest version,
and it's not in English either.
Before King James, it's the Ethiopian Bible.
Yes.
And the Ethiopian Bible has like 8 more books.
Of the Hebrews. That's when they were referring to God as Yahweh.
And guess what books they took out? The ones that would basically be considered sci-fi.
Like the book of Enoch. The one with the watcher angels that were coming down and having sex with mortal women. That also had a flood.
But in detail, though.
They took out the life of Adam and Eve. What happened to Adam and Eve after they got kicked out of the Garden of Eden?
They don't want to talk about that, though. They don't want to talk about
the Gospel of Mary Magdalene, the Gospel of Jesus Iscariot.
Let's leave this, guys. We totally off.
I know. See, this is why. Okay, now I'm sorry. I'm gonna do a shameless plug right now. Of course, I love hostile therapy and whatnot, but I'm the wild child. I'm the weird one. I'm the alien of the bunch, and I'm going to start going live again. That's one of my promises to myself. And I'm going to be talking about subjects like this, like dreams.
About the Anunnaki all day.
Like extraterrestrials, like supernatural
ancient aliens all day.
And I'm going to be going live again. So this is all I got to say. If you already was rocking with me, because I did share this podcast just now. So if you're on my page and you're watching right now, I'm officially announcing I'm about to go live again about dreams, visions, spirituality, all that shit. If you got a crazy story, email me. Same email, dreamsbyalexapage@gmail.com. Anyways, I'm about to start
Okay,
going
Angela
live again
Yee.
to talk about this shit because right now I feel so freaking bubbly. And even though this is not the type of podcast I'm on, this is still my family. You know, I'm multi-dimensional. I can chew gum and talk at the same time. So I'm all down with the hostile I'm all down with the hostile therapy family, but I do have another side that I've been letting rest for about 2 years, and it's time for me to kick this shit back up. So if you thinking about this shit, we talking about everything happened for a reason. We
Drop
talking
one of
about
Clues
lost
bombs
books
for
of the Bible. We talking about spirituality. We talking about karma. Like, this is what I'm gonna talk about on the podcast. So if you want to hit me up, or maybe Red will be so nice to even let me have a little damn corner of the fucking segment. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see. All I'm saying is this. This is my passion. Okay. This is my passion. Oh, no, you didn't. See, you got jokes. This is my corner of the world. I love spirituality, dreams, weird shit, all that. I mean, it's not weird to me, but anyways, I'm going to go ahead and get back to hostile therapy. But just know I'm a little heightened. It is a full moon, and also it's a super moon. Oh, this is our last super moon of the year. It's a sturgeon moon tonight. So please.
How long is it going to be?
Well, it's at 9:53 in Eastern time. And so, you know, you got about 24 hours before and after for the energy. If you want to set your intentions, set your intentions. You want to set some new goals, set some new goals. Just like we look at the weather and say, oh, it's going to rain tomorrow. You got to look at the astrology weather. It's in the Bible too. For all you Bible thumpers, astrology is in the Bible.
Astronomy is in the Bible.
It's all in the Bible, and they don't even know it. Literally all in the Bible, but we ain't gonna go there. So anyway, astrology, you got to be on it. So we have a super moon. The energy is up, up, up. Set some new intentions. Set some goals. Repent and say sorry for the bad shit you did. You know you wasn't supposed to do, and set some new goals.
Yes, stay sorry for 2004.
All right. Last thing we're gonna talk about.
Talk about it.
Main topic for today. Let's see. Why do, not everybody, but generalizing, why do people treat strangers better than they do their loved ones? What I mean by that is, you see how some people will idolize and worship celebrities and such. Yeah. You see how people will treat people at their job better, their dress, good for work, but you have to accept the worst of them at home. They're almost happy to go to work, but when they come home, they're unhappy. They give you all the stress they probably get from work and bring it home. Or they dress nice, maybe for somebody on the outside, guy or girl. I'm going for either one. They dress nice for somebody on the outside, but when they get home, it's like, you know, you get the jogging pants and the t-shirt. Or a stranger, they make, a celebrity. Let's go back to celebrity. Let's go to, and I'm not even hating on Chris Brown for that, because that's his thing, but people were willing, you saw that photo shoot he had for them, and that people were willing to give like $1,000, I think, to pay to take a picture with him.
It was a whole backstage event thing.
Right. And I understand. The celebrity, people are astonished by celebrities, and that's a thing. I'm not, but I understand why some people are, but I don't understand why some people would treat someone you don't know, a stranger, better than someone who you love. And I'm not really talking about kids. I'm talking about mostly mates or friends. Why do you think that is? And first, do you agree with that statement? Do you agree that some people do that? Or a lot of people do that?
Do I agree with what you just said, or the fact that it happens?
Yeah. Well, yeah, that it happens. That and if you do, then tell me why you think it happens.
I agree with what you said, But I do not agree that that's what's happening. I feel like what's happening is something on a deeper level. They're not so quote unquote treating celebrities better. It's
Yeah,
like this.
not.
No, it's like this. You have a bologna sandwich, right, for lunch every day for 2 years straight, every single fucking day. You go to school, that's all they got to offer. One day, they wrap up a big ass fucking burrito, and guess what? You don't even know what's in it. But all you know is you fucking want something besides a bologna sandwich. I bet your bottom dollar you are going to get that burrito. You know why? Because your normal become mundane. It's not that your spouse is dressing up for somebody else. Maybe you stopped acknowledging how they look. Maybe you stopped making them look like this. Or maybe since your last argument, y'all haven't been vibing.
The celebrity's not doing that either, though.
Well, I'm saying both ways. All I'm saying is it's a communication disconnection. So it's not that it's not that
stranger is not doing it though. So why are you treating a total stranger better?
It's not that you're treating a stranger better.
You are if you paying $1,000.
Okay, so think about this. Can you even actually compare the two? If you want to be honest,
there are people.
No. Listen, I'm talking about the situation.
You can't compare the two because one is treating you better. If one is you're living with somebody, they're paying your rent, or they're loving you, they're taking care of the kids, versus somebody who makes a song that you like.
I mean, I see it as like going on vacation.
Anything about them. They've been to the funerals with you. They've been with the tough times with you. But you're telling me you're going to treat the stranger who you do not know. I'm not even talking about just celebrities. I'm talking about people at work.
Okay, just a stranger. Okay, so do you know why?
That's all I'm asking.
Okay, so the reason why people do that, and this is vice versa, it's because when you are not internally happy or connected to the person you with, even if it's a change, it's not even a better change, okay? See, this is the problem. We think that somebody does something wrong or cheats or do this because they want something better. No, that's our own ego. It's not that they want something better. They want something different. The reason why they want something different is because this got stale. And the reason why this got stale is because you allowed it to. And that's on both parties. That is not on one or the other party. So
but you don't treat a stranger better, though.
Okay, well, it's not it's not a treatment. That's
like
what I'm saying.
We keep saying stranger, but are we talking about celebrity strangers, or are we talking about actual working strangers?
Anybody. Let me tell you something. If you go home, if you work every damn day, I don't care, man or woman, okay? Period, man or woman. If you're a housewife and you do the same thing every day, the one day you got to go to a different store, and that person in the damn aisle gives you a certain look that you ain't seen from your man in 10 months, you think you're not going to you think you're not gonna check back on that? It's not just a man, it's not just a woman. And just like a man, and a man that's working 9 to 5, working hard every day, and he come home and his wife is mad. He don't understand the stress she been through. What it is communication.
But you still giving it to him though.
No, you're not giving. No, you're not. You're not giving anything. You got to understand. This is like the opportunity. For instance, you walking in a hot sun I keep trying to give you metaphors, but you don't get it. It's not that you value them anymore.
I didn't say that. I didn't say why you treat them different.
You working in a hot sun, you walking back and forth, and then bam, one day it's an open gate with a cold water bottle and a nice cold icy towel that you can wipe your face out with, and a roller coaster that the wind is going to be flying in your face. And they tell you, you know what? If you got 5 minutes, you can get on this ride for free. You think you're not going to get on that ride? Of course you are.
You're comparing a ride to a job and a husband at home.
I still don't get like what strangers we're talking about.
I'm trying to tell you that you're not dedicated to that.
To people. We're not food. I'm talking
No,
about straight people with emotions and stuff. I'm talking about
okay. So
going to
so so
work.
so then why don't you get
I'm
it?
I'm talking
Because
about
guess
going
what?
to work
Because guess
and
what?
being nice to your boss who's treating you like shit at work. But you treat him with respect.
No.
You go home and treat
Okay,
the person at
okay. I
home
can I
with
take this one? It's
disrespect.
because you're meeting these people under different circumstances and
Exactly.
stipulations. Like when
But
I meet my
why?
boss,
You
this
can
is a
control
person that
yourself.
is like when I'm meeting my
They never leave
boss.
the
When
wife.
I'm not being nice to my boss
It's
because
not
I
asking you
want
a
to
question
be.
though. Why are you doing it?
But the
Is the
thing is,
question.
What's
I'm
the
not
point?
being nice to my boss because I want to be nice to my boss. I'm being nice to my boss because I live in a capitalist society and I have
Right.
to pay my bills. This person
Find
signs
a
my
different job.
checks. You could find a different job,
Or
but
you telling me
that'll
you can
still
be
be.
bought is what you're telling me.
But
Oh,
you're
so
saying under
easy.
those
Find a different
specifics,
job.
Yeah,
but
it is
saying under
finding a
those
job. There's a
specific
lot of
A
stipulations,
McDonald's.
B C D E F G. No, it's
and
not that
again,
easy to find a
It is
the
different
that
job.
easy.
reason
It
it
really
seems
is.
It's
There
like
are
not.
a
you're
lot
being
of jobs
nice,
in this world to do. There are a lot of
Anyways,
jobs.
anyways.
and it's easier to be nice to these people because you're
Look,
not
you should know
seeing
you
them
have like
around the
5
clock.
jobs.
You
I
know
don't
what
know
I'm
why
saying?
you talking about it ain't
No,
that
no, I
easy.
have like what?
You've had
You're
like
not.
5 jobs. I don't
No,
know what
first of all,
you.
I had like 20. And guess
Oh,
what?
okay.
And
You
and
proved my
and and,
point. So
and
it is easy.
you talking about had jobs. It's not about
Okay.
buying jobs. Who
But you
wants to
proved
work
my
a
point.
job that they do not enjoy?
But still, you're not giving the reason why
The
you treating
reason
the person
is
at
that
home worse.
you're not dedicated to that person.
But
So
why you
you can
treating the
take a
person at
ride.
home
And
worse? You
it's a
feel
lot of
like
projecting. You're getting treated like shit at work, so you come home and you try to treat someone else like shit. It's
that
not
doesn't make
rocket
any
science for real,
sense.
for real. You know what I
Like, I
mean? Like it's
understand you don't like your job. Fine. Why does the person at home going to get it? Alexa got froze up. But why does the
the,
person at home get it though?
the
You can be
person at
mad at your
home
job.
shouldn't get it. Like, let's be honest, the person at home should not be the one that gets it. But that's the way we were raised. A lot of us were raised like that. A lot of us were raised to where we deal with things at home and then go out to school and make it somebody else's problem. You know, we deal with things at school. We come home and we make it our siblings' problems. We deal with things in places where we feel like we have more power. When you go to work, unless you're the boss, unless you're the manager, you don't have the power to say, no, you can't talk to me or treat me like that. You have to talk to me and treat me this way. You don't have that power because you already had to give up enough power to interview for the job. You had to submit in a sense just to assimilate to this work environment. When you go home, you're naturally more comfortable, especially if you're the head of a household, regardless if you're male or female, you feel more comfortable because you have more power in this situation. If things
I
aren't
get
the
that.
way you expect them to be and you've had a long day and you come home, you're probably going to project that anger, project that powerlessness you feel at work onto someone when you get at home. It's not good,
I
but that's
get
why.
that. I get that. And that makes sense to a degree.
Mhm.
But you don't let anyone just treat you like anything at work too. I understand, yeah, there's people that, yeah, they need this job and they feel like they got to do everything the person got to tell them to do. Okay, that's fine. But why bring it home to the person who's helping take care of you, who's listening to you, and all these things? And I'm not even really talking about somebody in that destitute of situation. I'm also talking about if you're going to work and you're dressing to the nine for the job, and you don't even got to. Like, I'm speaking on this because I've seen this happen with a lot of people with their marriages, men, women, whatever, and they'll go and dress to the nine to work,
Mhm.
and then when they get home, regardless if it's the same thing or not, they don't give a damn how they dress for their spouse or girlfriend. It's just like you just let that shit drop after a while, and I think it's because familiarity. What I'm trying to say, right?
Comfort. Some people get
Yeah,
complacent.
comfort.
Some people, they settle. Some people, yeah, some people do fall into a state of, well, I've already got you. So what else do I need to do?
Yeah,
Yes, we do forget that we need to do things, not even do things to keep a person, but if you're truly like Alexa was saying, invested in a person, remind them that you like yeah, again, when you're not really invested in someone, it's easy to take things out on them instead of to see them as that piece. And if you're coming home and just creating chaos, you don't see home, you don't see the people there as your peace. So, when people do that, they're just and they've probably dealt with that all their lives. They probably grew up in a family home where that's the way their mother or father came home. Tired as and a lot of us did. A lot of us had parents that worked hard as shit in jobs they didn't like. And because we're black, a lot of our parents just couldn't quit these jobs. They couldn't just
Mhm.
stand up to their boss. They couldn't just go out and readily find another job. So they would come home and they would treat us in ways that were just kind of imprinted in them. Like they weren't outlandish. They weren't just trying to go out of their way to be mean to us, but they just wanted to be left alone. They didn't want to be bothered. They were ornery because they knew they had to go back out into a world that was going to treat them like shit. So they came home and just treated people like shit. And we just grown up in generations and generations of that. So I feel like that's what happens. Unless you grew up in a family household where your mother and father came home from work and y'all interacted, y'all had family time and it was positive. Like it just all depends on your personal experiences, what you've grown accustomed to.
Okay, that's all cool. I can understand that. But there's still where people will go out to strangers. We'll go out and let's say we're going to the grocery store, or say somewhere out in public,
Mhm.
and we'll say a kind word. We'll give money to people. Somebody feels like they're homeless. They give money to people. They're kind here. You don't know the person. They could be lying to you. They could be scamming you. Or you could be pissed, tired from work and all this, but they can pick themselves up for those strangers, for a certain celebrity that may show up there. Like all of a sudden you get geeked up and dressed up and you're willing to spend all this money to go see them. And why not invest that money into the relationship, go on a date between you two? Why not get dressed up between you two instead of getting dressed up for someone you don't know? Or
Well,
you see,
a lot of the people that do that, like some of them are single. So let's like a lot of the ones that do that are single, and I mean, and the ones that are in relationships, yeah, like celebrities, especially musicians to a certain degree, represent something that what I'm saying, a lot of people, you know, music is something very beautiful. Like it was in our lives before a lot of people got there. Like I could understand, like as a sports fan, if you, especially if you played sports, I could understand you spending a mass amount of tickets to if you lived
Mhm.
in New York all your life and never been to a Yankees game. You lived in LA all your life and never been to a Lakers game, but if always your dad was a fan of Magic Johnson and your big brother was a fan of Shaq and you were a fan of Kobe, like you I could understand someone pulling out all the stops because you're not just paying for the person, you're paying for the experience. You're not paying for Chris Brown, Christopher Maurice Brown. I'm a
man,
fan. I know
man.
his name.
All right.
But yeah, but you're paying because you enjoy the music this person makes. You enjoy the dancing. You enjoy the performance. You want to be in the atmosphere, in the environment. It's like going on a vacation. It's like going to Disney
Mhm.
World or Universal Studios. You're paying a lot of money for the experience, for the joy, for something that, yeah, even though you love your significant other, you love your family, they can't do a backflip. That's real entertaining. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
They're not so I get what she was kind of saying about the amusement park ride and stuff. Like, yeah, you're paying for the experience. You know what I'm saying? You're not just being nice to this person. That's only someone you're going to see once off. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It's like going out and usually you're fine with a sandwich. You know what I'm saying? You're fine with something you can find at the house. But there are days where you're like, you know what? I want a steak. I want lobster. I want some pasta.
Well, I think there's a problem. You are comparing your husband or boyfriend to a regular sandwich. There's the first problem right there. You should never be. That's why I hated the metaphor. And when
I
people,
get it,
I
but
hate
it's not that
metaphors
they're a
sometimes.
sandwich. It's not that you're replacing the
It's
nutrient
regular.
that you're not replacing them with that. But yeah, there are the need for it. Not to say you can't have that experience with your significant other there.
Well, how about
Like
this? Yeah. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Let you finish. Go
oh,
ahead.
because I was just gonna say, like, I'm a big Jay-Z fan. I'm a big Drake fan. If I ever go to those concerts, I'm gonna bring my woman with me. Like, I'm not just gonna go by myself and just "Oh my gosh, Drake, I can't believe I'm out here, just me." Like and I love this person enough. I want to be like I want to share this experience with the person that I love. So the people
Mm.
that yes, I can say the people that do that in their relationships, either their significant other doesn't enjoy the experience or isn't interested in the experience that they're seeking. Like again, if like an amusement park. If I'm into amusement parks and you're not, I'm not going to require that you come with me because I'm not going to pull you out of your comfort zone. I'm not going to impose the things I want to do on you. And there, to a certain degree, I can respect a significant other that can say, "Hey, I'm not exactly interested in that, but if you want to go, have fun."
Okay, let me give you this example then. You've seen plenty of celebrities have passed away over time.
Word.
Okay. And we all got our favorite ones that we like: Mike, Jay-Z,
Uh,
Biggie, Tupac, whoever. I've seen people who don't care about their own family members to the point of not making no posts, not going to see them in the hospital, not seeing them in hospice. But a minute, one of your celebrities has the sniffles, there's some prayers up, and they're worried about it. They're checking every news station to make sure they're going to be all right. And then when they're dead, they're boo-hooing about them. For a person they don't know, I know it is some sort of effect to them, but I'm talking about a grandma that helped raise them, a mom that helped raise them, a father that helped raise them, versus someone who doesn't know them. And if they died, wouldn't give a damn what happened to them or not. And
well, I guess on a
more
more
emotion and feelings are poured out over a total stranger that just happens to have a talent that draws you in, versus someone who took care of you and changed your dirty ass diapers or took care of you when you were at your sickest. I don't get that. Why would you treat somebody that you do not know and will probably piss on you if they had the opportunity? Not R. Kelly, but allegedly.
no,
I don't
definitely that
understand that.
nigga is a pisser.
Right.
Anyway.
I don't understand that. How you could treat someone like that, a total stranger, better than a person that loves you at home.
Well, because I think when we deal with death in that sense, when it comes to a celebrity or someone we look up to, it's a lot easier because we only know that person in the capacity of always admiring them. It's easier to say
Mm,
nice things about people
mm.
that we only like, we only know in a positive capacity. With our
Okay.
family members, it gets a little more gray because yeah, you love your grandma, but you can remember that time where she slapped the shit out of you. You know what I'm saying? You love your cousin,
Okay.
but you can remember that time that motherfucker definitely stole your weed. You know what I'm saying? So it's and
Grandma?
when and maybe your grandma stole your weed for her
That's
glaucoma.
what we
You know
were
what I'm saying?
talking about.
Because she might have done that. So
She
with
might have
death
did.
in that sense, it's more personal. And
Mm,
we as human beings, we naturally have a funny way of dealing with it. We have to go through those steps and that grief. And when it hits that close to home, yeah, it's not because I know this person in a different capacity. I have things. You're right. I actually did know this person, and there were things I wanted to say. There were things I wanted to hear you say to me. There were things I needed to know. So yeah, it can be hard to grapple with those feelings when it gets to a personal level, and when it gets to a celebrity, it's easy to say, I can only say, damn, I miss Kobe Bryant all the time because Kobe Bryant never did anything negative to me. You know what I'm
mm.
saying? Like I've never known him in a negative sense. He's only ever brought joy into my life.
And I can totally agree with that. And that has been, one of my answers for that. Why people, idolize celebrities so much. One, because of the emotional component, because they're doing something that draws you in: basketball, music, movies, whatever. Your grandma ain't doing that, more than likely.
Nah, she's
Unless,
done great things for you, but yeah, it gets gray and a lot more personal because you can she's done things for like she's done so much for you, or a family member we can say has done so much for you to a point that you don't even see why it's so appreciated. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? You don't even get why it was a necessity, and you should appreciate this more than the awesome music or the awesome sports highlights or the awesome movies this person made. R.I.P. Chadwick. Hashtag recast Chadwick. recast T'Challa.
Yeah. Well, see, there's a perfect one right there. Like, yeah, I love Chadwick's acting abilities when it came to Black Panther and other roles, but some people are so stuck on it that they don't think he should be recast because of that one role, because of what it means to them, and they will fight to they will
fighting them. I know.
Protest.
I'm fighting the hell out of these people.
Right.
And I can say those people, yes, it is in a completely emotional response that is clouding the actual wishes of Chadwick and Chadwick's family.
Yeah, I do think he would want somebody else to fill that role. I honestly think that.
He definitely believed in representation, and to kill that character off. He knew what it meant to bring that character to life, and he said it was one of the greatest honors of his life. So ending that character's life on screen is nothing but disrespect to the life work of Chadwick.
I can agree with that. But let's look at it. As all the energy, and we can basically it's idolizing. That's what we're doing. It's idolizing these people like God.
It's idolizing the man over the character.
Wrong.
And he purposefully told us to not do that. The character, the stories that we're telling are bigger than us, the actors. And that is the way that an artist should always move forward. I, as an artist, the art that I'm making is always going to be bigger than me, the artist. People know people will know a Picasso painting quicker than they'll be able to say his name. The things that you do are more important than the person that is, and that's exactly what that hashtag, what hashtag T'Challa is, or recast T'Challa is about.
Well, see, this is back to what we were talking about.
And it's
the energy. It's the energy I don't like. It's the energy you're willing to put into this. You can put the energy into this, but you should put at least equal or a greater amount of energy with the person that you're with. I just can't see putting that much emotion into someone I don't know. And that's why I don't agree with false idolizing. And it's not just celebrities. It's people from all walks of life that have nothing to do with you besides maybe at your job, at a restaurant, in public. You can fix your face to be nice to people, but you can't do that at the same rate that you do it the people at home. Oh, it looks like he lost signal there. Did you lose signal there, Lord Trent? I guess he lost signal there, so we're probably going to wrap it up on that one unless he comes back in the next few seconds. This has been Hostile Therapy. Trying to see if he's coming back up here. And appreciate you coming on the show, and we will see you on the next podcast coming up next Thursday, 7 p.m. Y'all have a good night and be safe out there.